reverie.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first Smash Summit. I am here with a ton of Machinimators, and I've been trying to do this for like a couple months. Scheduling has like always been an issue, but we finally got a bunch of people together, and we're hosting this thing. So, it's lit. So first, I'm just gonna go down a panel for this one. So we can go with amulets and then work our way down. So if everyone could say who they are and what series they make, yeah.
All right. My name is AmaletzTheShark, and I am the creator of Ultimate Heroes for Hire.
Hey.
Okay. Clap, clap.
Yeah, and it's the...
Very good series.
Oh no, go ahead. You're good.
Okay.
It's Angelglory, I think. Oh, no.
Oh, okay. And then AG, you can go next.
My boy.
Sup, nerds? I'm Angelglory. I make
Hey,
next
man.
Smash R and something else soon. Cheer.
Oh, what's mysterious?
The works, in the works.
Mystery.
With the promo.
I'm Wiseman 13th. I make Stranger in
Wait
a
a
New
second.
World.
His name starts with a W. Why is he going first?
Hey, man. All right.
I've been exposed.
Did you say your series already?
Cheating the system, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so dear, go.
Yo.
Messy.
I'm dRage. I make Dragon Ball Z. I made some other stuff in the past, but we don't talk about that. So
That's my favorite show in the whole widest world.
Show them the
Ah.
ASMR stuff.
I mean, you're allowed to have wrong opinions.
Oh,
Not
shit.
wrong if it's right.
Anyway. All right, next Flip finally.
Hey guys. Flip here. Make stuff into Smash. Brawl RPG.
Okay.
Smooth boy.
Danny, look at freaking Discord. All right, continue. Hedge, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the HedgehogEngine here, or Hedge for short, and I make Brawl Universe on my YouTube channel.
Snap.
Remember the melee.
Remember the melee. Hey.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But you should always remember the melee.
No.
Seriously, it's
No.
called Remember the Man.
Wait,
No.
time out. Was that a pun? Was
Forget
that?
them way later.
Okay.
Was that?
Got me.
Yeah, that was good though.
I didn't think nobody would catch on.
If you haven't seen this channel already, I'm Isaiah Cal 1. It's a pretty bad name, but I create Junior, and then I co-create School U.
Hey.
Hey.
What about
Forgot about
Spaceman 5?
Hey, we'll drop those names, bro. We'll drop those names.
This guy.
All right, you can
It's
continue.
classic.
Hello guys, it's Lone 1500. I make Zelda Rise of the Fallen, Surf and Turf, and codenamed The Future Await.
Yeah.
Snaps.
Awesome.
That's it? You forgot to mention what a great cinematographer you are.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yo,
So
shout
are
out
we
to
gassing
them.
each other? Because I'll do it.
I'm gonna do
I'm the greatest man
Oh
ever.
man, compliments. I'm about to head over.
Let me specially introduce my man MickeyMurk.
And with that, I'm MickeyMurk. I make Chronicles of Brawl, Ludus, and some other series that I've canceled and won't bring
No,
back.
it's gonna come
But,
Okay, snap.
And wait, he's not done. He's also a
what?
maker of kids, huh? He's a father.
Yeah, he's a new father.
Well, congratulations. Huh?
Thanks.
Surprised to not hear you mention that.
Yep, I'm very sleep deprived. I'm
You
not gonna
can't see me, but I'm pointing my fingers.
lie.
Because I'm really proud.
Okay.
My former name was Smashing the New. I've changed it to ObsidianSkin. I'm rebranding. I make Tide, and I co-create School U. I'm also working on All Star, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm amongst the greatest, some of the greatest Machinimators of all time.
Thanks, man.
You know,
Tear to my eyes,
but
man.
I'm happy to be here. Let's get it.
Yo, Isaiah. Oh, you guys say that, dude.
It's Grandmaster Bryan next.
Hey everyone, unlike every other Machinator, I just go by Bryan. I'm the creator of Roy's Our Boy and Hi, I'm Satan in Ultimate.
You know, for a second, I forgot, and I was like, wait, Satan's in the call? Because I don't like that guy.
Brian's coming out of the closet as
He's a bit of an oddball.
Yeah.
Yo, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Smashing the new league chat.
Can we just take a second to appreciate the level of talent in this call right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
man?
Love
We
it.
Just have a moment of
Crap.
silence.
Oh.
And we actually have 2 other people on the way. But they're going to be joining a little bit later. Well, one's going to be joining in a few minutes. The other one should be here a little later.
Oh, Danny's joining. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Cool.
yeah, this is a little forum that we're holding. Pretty much is going to be like an entire talk segment, really, that we just kind of go off of like different topics and stuff. Because I know there's a lot of people who want to machinimate or who are machinimating, but want to see other people's methods. So this is kind of what this is. So yeah, for everyone here, I know it's actually kind of late. It's like for dRage is like freaking 5 or 6 a.m. So for the people here, if like you feel like coming like in or out, just feel free. If you just gotta go for the night, I mean, you can do what you need to do. But yeah, unless that other person comes in soon, we're just gonna get started. So for the people in the chat, wait, no, okay, hold on, give me 1 second.
Dangerous to go alone.
Yeah.
This.
Add Danny join general.
You say he's a noob.
Yeah, someone help Danny get in here. But anyway, for the people some people in the chat, if you guys have any questions for any specific person or the panel as a whole, just feel free to ask.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay, so just like an easy, quick question. Well, real quick, Danny actually just got in here. Danny, do you want to introduce yourself in the series that you make?
Oh, jeez. Hello, everyone. I am Danny, and I make smashing stuff because I hate myself and drive myself to do 100 hours an episode, you know?
Hey, that's what's up.
Hey, snaps.
That's dedication.
I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Am I right?
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
I respect it, though. That's passion. Yeah.
Respect it.
Yeah, it totally is. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, I complain all the time, but at the same time, like, well, I can't not do it, you know?
Yeah.
You're that level of quality. Like, I can't
I definitely respect it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we just want to get started, so a quick question that I created. Anyone can just like jump in if they want. So what is like everyone's series that kind of like, or not even just series, like inspirations that got them into machinimating here?
Ooh, that's
Are we going down a list, or are we just going whoever wants
anyone just want to go? And then,
I think we shouldn't necessarily go down the list because we have such a huge.
Yeah,
we do.
Like some people answer some questions and you don't answer some, and you don't.
So let's pick someone random. Hey,
Flip, go ahead.
Why do I have to go
You're
first?
chosen.
Let's hear Flip's inspiration.
Yeah.
You wanted to be brave.
My only inspiration was myself.
Let's go.
What are you, Sasuke?
He looked into the future and saw it in the Smash, and like, I'm just gonna make that.
I'm just gonna repeat it in the
That guy
past.
came out the womb. Was like, yeah, I gotta make it in
know.
Smash. I know what to do.
Shout out to Sovereign BA.
Hey,
That's my guy.
Awesome guy.
Legend.
Cheers.
Full Smash. Inspo.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
We got someone else coming in, who also was an inspiration early on. I mean, a lot of the older Machinima guys,
Master Gil has a cool question.
basically.
To that.
Yeah.
So I'll write them down.
I was pretty. Yeah, someone write them down for me. I was really inspired with like Smash Hasm, like a lot of people.
Heck yeah.
Smash Hasm was a classic.
Yeah, I thought Smash.
Oh my god! Don't get me started on that though.
The melee version.
Grand Brawl, big inspiration. It was like as a scope and story wise.
Yeah, definitely. Smash King, Tales of Advent.
Oh, heavily.
That boy Angelglory, man.
Yeah.
Whew, Tales of
Man, who
Advent.
the hell is that guy?
That boy, Angelglory. I gotta gas you for a second. And Tales of Advent was great. That's all I'm gonna say. It was great.
So does anyone else have any
Respect.
more to throw in, or should I just go to the next one?
I say
mean,
wise goes.
Yeah, Wise.
I was inspired by like, well, I guess Brawl Heroes was like the first show that kind of inspired
Oh
me.
yeah,
Like,
shout
how
out
to
that
actually
show.
like the idea of doing story-driven shows was actually a thing. I saw Smash has. I didn't really
Yeah.
like. I saw Smash as in like way later.
Brawl Heroes was pretty cool.
I started with like those like weird one-off comedy ones like Nines Like Royalty and Brawlgasm. That was like the first one I watched. It's like, oh, it's a story-driven show. That kind of inspired my way of. But for like style-wise, I'd say inspirations are probably like Sever Prophecies, Team Educators in general.
Oh yeah, that was a
Basically
solid. That was cool.
It's basically the inspiration for my style.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I feel like for me, I didn't really watch a lot of Machinima. I still kind of don't, believe it or not. So it wasn't really necessarily Machinima that inspired me to do Machinima. It was more so that, like growing up, I was always like writing a story or drawing a comic or telling some type of story. So
sounds like
when I finally learned how to get texture hacked and learn how to manipulate the camera and all that stuff, it would kind of open up a new medium for me. But I will say that once I did start getting into Machinima, once I started seeing all the talent out there, it kind of made me like, okay, I got to get better. I remember a long time ago, maybe like my first week of starting, I came across Angelglory's channel, and I even asked him a question, and he explained it to me, but I didn't know what he was talking about. So I was just like, oh.
You have a better memory than I do, so.
What's that?
You have a better memory than I do.
For me, dang, I think I remember watching Toonami a lot when I was younger, and I was like, man, I want to make a channel like this. I want to make something like this. So I came out with my first machinima called Melee Ball. So that was obviously Dragon Ball inspired. And
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. So that's obviously gone. I deleted it. I didn't have a lot of confidence back then.
Rip.
But then I came out with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and that took off.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
And what inspired me was the games. The games inspired me. I was like, yo, what if I make a show with this? And I think what drove me a little bit further was School of Smash. And I was like, oh, what if I make something that's anime inspired? And that's kind of like my niche right now. I know a lot of people don't like anime or anime inspired machinima. So even now, the way I write, I kind of, sprinkle a little bit of anime, but sprinkle more of my own influence on it. So, I mean,
respect.
Yeah, it's more so me, but there's things that drove me further than myself. So,
Okay.
Cool.
And real quick, Maxie in the chat asked when you're gonna have another Machinima festival.
Festival. I want to do one next month. I want to do like I don't know if you guys played this game when you were younger called I think it's called Hey Neighbor or Neighbor Game or no telephone game. So I think it'd be really cool. You take one character like, oh, Mario is walking down the street, and you pass that clip, and someone adds on to that clip, and it's like, oh, Mario walks up to Ness, and it passes all the way down until it's back to the first person.
That'd be
The first person.
Actually a really good idea.
That'd be cool, honestly.
The first person will finish the story, and then we just put that out. So until the story is finished, we don't put any of the clips out. So it's kind of like that. So I think that would be pretty cool. But the way we will do it is that at the bottom of the screen we'll say, oh, this clip is by so and so. So that's another way to like promo and network around and show other people their work instead of just doing promos, because Isaiah is doing streams and promos like a lot, so it's a lot of weight on him. Not saying he can't handle it, but this is a better way to get a community involved in that type of thing.
It'd be cool to see all the styles too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
because everybody has like a crazy style. Like we talk about Danny, or we talk about like Angelglory or Lone, or we talk about Ramsey style, Hedges style. Like we know we can see it, and it's like, oh, this is distinct. We know this is his style. You know this is their style, whatever it is. So
I
yes.
definitely not to cut you
Sorry,
off.
go ahead.
Not to
No,
cut you
you're
off.
fine.
Yeah, I definitely like the new Ultimate style too. Like because I know a lot of people are inspired by like the Brawl series, but I also think that Machinima's like Ramsey and
yeah, that's what I was
Danny,
mentioning, Ramsey.
Lone, yeah, all those people, and Bryan too, like the ultimate scene. Like I
Yeah.
know Bryan's about to touch that, but like the ultimate scene, like even Angelglory is like I think that the Brawl and Maxi too, like the ultimate Machinima right now, are, like really good.
Definitely Maxi.
Yeah.
Maxi's very awesome.
Definitely.
I like. Okay, so I know Lone is adding a tiny bit of the shaky cam a little bit, but it's not like oversaturated. Ramsey would take the shaky cam and he meshes it with like the regular camera, and it's pretty good. And then we have Dan takes angles that I've never seen before. And I'm just like, how do you do that? I'm taking a GameCube controller. I'm like, okay, let me see. And then it just stops. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Pretty sure this guy works for Nintendo. I'm gonna find out. I'm a pretty good researcher.
All right.
But yeah.
All right, Hedge. What are your inspirations?
Inspirations?
Yeah.
To put everything into perspective, I think it's really a culmination of like every series I've watched over the years. From like the sitcom, the parodies, the hardcore serious ones, like say let's just put in a group like say Virtual Smash and what they made over the years. A few friends of mine, even Sovereign, always got to put his name out there.
Respect.
I think watching like everybody's series, I got an understanding of what I wanted to do for myself, and of course, watching a couple of animes here and there kind of put me into like like what would I want to like do to like showcase the series visually. And I had like a bit of a rocky start, really kind of rough start, but as I worked on it constantly over the years, it started to get better and better visually, and that's just kind of where I am right now. So yeah, I think that's the best answer I could come up with. Also, hey Tigra.
Shout out Tigra.
Hey boy.
Tiger, you wanna introduce yourself and what machinima you made? Who's
this Tiger?
Yeah, I've heard of this guy before.
He's in the void right now.
And when he gets his mic fixed, we'll get to him. But Amulet, how about you? What's good?
Well, the first Smash Machinima series I ever watched was Smash Fighter.
Oh shit!
Ooh, I remember that one.
Yeah, and then it was followed by Smash Tasm, and Smash Tasm, Brawlgasm, not exactly royalty, all those kind of people.
All the classic ones.
Yeah, and that it's like, yeah, I watched those a couple of years ago, and like I wanted to do Brawl Machinima, but it was like, one, I was like technologically disabled. I had no idea how to do anything, and also I had no experience voice acting, and it's like, yeah, it's like I didn't really get serious about doing Machinima until Smash Ultimate came out. Yeah, I mean, it's like
I remember the other day, it was like me, I told you this already, but like me, Flip, Wise, and Smash are watching your series, and we're like, this is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched together. We were
definitely see the improvement from episode 1 to like where you are now.
Yeah, it's funny. I've always been kind of self-critical of my series, and
it's pretty. I like your humor. It's really
you are your worst
refreshing.
critic.
Everyone probably going back and rewatching, especially episodes from a couple years back, is like one of the cringiest things ever.
I'm my biggest critic, bro. Like, I'm my biggest critic. Like, I've rebooted Tide 3,000 times. Like, trust me. Like, it's actually pathetic. But
I mean, even before I did Smash Machinima, I did an attempt at Gmod Machinima, and I mean, when I look back on it, it wasn't really that good because yeah, the camera work was kind of amateur, and also I pretty much voiced every single character in the series, including the female characters, and that is a mistake I hope never to make again.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know, yeah, you know, it's totally okay. I remember when I first started animating with Source Film, and then I put out an episode, and there were so many issues. Like there was one thing oh my god, but I cropped it out. No one saw it. But like I was going back to the project that I was doing some of the animations in, and there's a scene where I populated a whole town. So there's people in the background moving, everybody is moving. And then there's one scene where this guy's walking, and his foot is spinning around repeatedly while he's walking, and no one caught it. I'm not gonna point it out. I'm not gonna put out who it is, but I made mistakes like that, and that's like, you know, during my first time animating with Source.
Okay.
So now I'm super critical, and I'm trying to keep it together. But I definitely personally enjoy your series. The villains in your series are so funny, especially the leader. He's like, oh, stop! Like that's really funny to me. Like, and it's like clean, cool humor, and I like crude humor too. Like, some people in the community make crude humor, and that's okay. I like it too, but I like your humor because it's refreshing, and it's like, oh, it's chill. It's not over the top, like trying to overdo it. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, so there are gonna be moments where it's like, where it seems like crude or dark humor, but you know, I don't mean to make anyone feel uncomfortable about it.
No, that's okay. That's okay, man. Everybody has their own style. Like, I'm not telling. Like, if you have a joke that you want to tell, and it might be a little raunchy, just tell the joke.
We had Kirby say the word whore in School U, so it's,
yeah. That's
Daryl's already the whole.
The one thing I want to say about that. One thing I want to say about that. I didn't write that line. Okay, I think that
was all me and Isaiah.
It was all you, Smash. I know.
What?
I was there.
What? Wait. No, but honestly, like, dude, just tell the story that you want to tell. Tell the story you want to tell, man.
All right, Lone, we forced you to be on mute. So how about you?
Yeah, get off mute. You
get out. Get
your yellow belly.
The questions is like,
what do you inspired you? Yeah.
Oh well, the first machinima that inspired me to make machinima, A Link to the Smash.
Yeah.
Classic,
I see that.
classic.
Yeah.
If I don't
That
say
is
that
definitely that is one of the classic ones.
But
It
it
is.
was actually A Link to the Smash that got me into the interest of watching machinima. But what made me want to go out and make my own machinima was actually in Smash and Brawl RPG, which is made by
Me?
Shut up. Yeah, it's a dork.
Shoot.
Yeah, so after seeing A Link to the Smash, I actually dropped from watching Smash Machinima for a very long time until Smash 4 got announced at E3, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, hold on, I remember when I was 11 I wanted to make Smash Machinima, and then I went back to go watch A Link to Smash, and then like recommended, it was like, oh yeah, do you want to watch End of Smash? I'm like, sure, why not?
Wow.
So it happened to be like the first one I watched, and then I'm like, you know what, this is actually really good, and Smash 4 is about to come out, so I might as well try to make my machinima that I wanted to make. But aside from that, what inspires me now is just a lot of I want to say you guys, but also music and video games, and just hearing some of the music that plays in video games and how dramatic it is.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, especially for this next machinima that I'm making. It's just music it really does play a big part, not only in machinima. So I'd say like music and writing.
Okay.
I can when I watch your series, I see that you do a lot of your fight scenes on cues of the music. It'll be like, it'll be like kick punch. I'm like, okay. See, I like it. I like
You're not wrong.
I definitely see it. It's really nice.
That's a good thing, though. I love it when that happens. I'm like, ooh, yes.
It's very unique. I like it a
It's a
lot.
special set expression to it.
All right.
Just hitting a cue is amazing.
So I think like what dRage you didn't go. Right?
Oh yeah. But similar situation like with Adam. I was always like interested in telling stories, like writing my own stories. I tried making games with like RPG Maker at one point, which didn't go well.
I remember those days.
It was a long time ago. And then I saw a World of Warcraft machinima called Tales of the Past, and in part 3, they had some really crazy editing for the time. I think it was like 2010 or something. And that really inspired me to, okay, so I can do something similar with like Smash Brothers maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started on Brawl Machinima.
Because I'm trying to think, who's been here the longest? It's been like, what, dRage, Angelglory, Tigura, I think Smash, and like
Adam,
and then Wise been signed here too.
I mean, I got in Machinima like what 2013, so I don't know.
I was in middle school when
2013 is not too far off from me.
I think I started in 2008.
Oh shit!
Like I was around, but I didn't have a series. I was trying to make one. I didn't have a capture card, so that I didn't want to like put camcorder footage up because I knew people were gonna start clowning me. They're like, "Hey, are you recording with a toaster?" And like, I didn't want that to happen.
You could be like me and like try to record on a phone or like PowerPoint.
No, I just
all of I say is grade A stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I wanted to say something about dRage. He doesn't want to mention it, but this dude made a machinima like on VHS. That's so badass to me.
I watched it all.
And it was so,
I didn't know about
it was in a different language. It was in a different language, but I understood the story. So it was like, okay, this guy's a storyteller. Okay.
Wait, was it really on VHS?
Yeah, no, it was on VHS.
It was on VHS.
I'm not making up a story.
Wow.
I'm a truth.
It's unlisted on my YouTube.
Don't worry. If I can call back the URL, I'll find it. Leak it to the masses. It must be seen. I'm gonna dub it too.
That is dedication.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was on 64, right?
No, it's Melee.
Okay.
The one on YouTube is on Melee, but I have one on 64.
Maxi also made one on.
dRage made every kind.
Yeah,
of
Maxi almost made one on VHS. So that's pretty cool.
All right.
You guys are pretty dedicated.
So Tiger said his mic's now good. So Tiger, you want to introduce yourself and your machinima?
Oh.
Yes, hello. This is Tigura. I make Smash King 2 decades, and pretty much anything Smash King and World Panther whenever that decides to come up.
Hey. And do you want to talk about your inspirations?
Inspirations, yeah, like the answer I gave on on that Q&A is kind of outdated. Well, I wouldn't say outdated, just it's not entirely true. Well, the whole thing is though, I believe what I said was the first machinima I ever saw was like let's see, yeah, the last Tier War by Super Duel Man, that one. If anyone,
I remember that.
That was a good one.
That was my it was a complete accident. I was kind of looking for like just because like I was just big and just like YouTube was I just got into YouTube and was like I was looking for like Smash Bros stuff from Melee and things, and then I just happened onto this thing is like, wait, this is a gameplay. This is actually like a story. You could do that. It's neat. So it's like, and then there's that, and then like when I just try to look for more videos like that, I happen onto things like Smash Tasm, of course. But the thing that really pushed me to want to look into Machinima was actually Dexter Boy's. I didn't watch Peach's Slutty Adventure at first. I watched it later. I watched it after I watched like the first 2 episodes of Wolf's Retarded Mission. Actually, and it was like, if anything, like it helped me push because it was like. Because compared to other machinimas at the time, like a lot of machinima videos like lasted around like 10 minutes for each part. If it was a short or if it's a series, it's like whichever have you. But it was like always around like 10 minutes. Of course, like that was our limit at the time. But like, but here's this guy. He doesn't care. He'll split them in parts if he has to, and it's like, oh, I don't have to limit myself that much. So it's like, okay, I can go all out when it comes to how much I want to put to an episode. So that helps out a lot.
Okay.
And And another thing, like this is one thing I didn't mention in the Q&A video. Like another inspiration was actually like I'll just go ahead and say like Super Mario Brothers Z.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god!
It's like the sprite animation. Because like like the big thing about it was like the fight sequences and all that. And that made me feel and like and giving all the machinima that was out at the time. It was, like the interesting thing that I took away from it was that we're all using like Smash Brothers Brawl for like as a machinima engine, but there's never really been a machinima that actually like uses like Smash's original intended purpose, which is like have these Nintendo characters fight each other. And I was like, I want to be the pioneers to actually use the fights, use games, use the actual game.
Yeah, I get you.
I feel that.
I mean, like I think the one that actually did was like Daironto Gaiden.
Hey.
But on the other hand, I think there were only like 3 fights in that whole series.
Yeah,
it was more about the story.
Yeah, it was mostly like banter between characters, like what have you. Like it was fun at the time, but just
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like that's the inspiration.
Cool. Dope.
Respect.
I think Brian, did you do yours?
I don't got much to say. Both what dRage and Adam said about a lot of it was just outside of Machinima influence. If I do have to say one, it was Smash Tasm, specifically the melee run.
Okay.
That one what got me into it.
I can see that.
Did we get Danny?
I can see clearly now.
Danny, you do?
No. Well, I'll just go real quick, but mine's was. A big one for me was Red versus Blue. I don't know if you guys know that's a Halo machinima.
Oh man,
it's on Netflix.
Why are we here?
Yeah, on Netflix. Right. That shows like it's probably the biggest machinima like ever as far as like
it has
popularity.
They haven't. It's on Netflix. I mean,
it's on Netflix, right? I know. When I saw that, I was like, wow, that's freaking inspiring.
Oh man, I can't even imagine that happening to a Nintendo machinima.
I was looking for my series, but I didn't see it. So.
Yeah.
She want to get sued.
Nintendo's definitely gonna pull that day one, frame one.
Oh yeah, that's a wrap.
So Red versus Blue is a big thing for me because like I really like the way the characters interact. Because like genuinely, when the character has never been in a room with another character, it's interesting because it's like, oh my gosh, they're talking. And in the same way, not really machinima related, I was like a big thing for me was the first Avengers movie because like that movie was all about like crossover,
Okay.
And it's like, oh my gosh, Captain America is talking to Tony Stark, like that's just so interesting to me. So like when I make my stuff, I try to like have as much like characters meet as possible.
I see that.
That's basically it.
Dope. Okay.
Cool.
All right, so we finally got done with a question.
Plus, we shouldn't have to necessarily.
Yeah, we ended up going through everyone that we said we wouldn't do.
All right, so we're not going to do it. All right, look, we're going to just do a talk form after this. All right. We got 29 people in the chat. That's crazy. All right.
Is it?
Yeah. So, there were a couple questions. I saw an interesting one. I don't know if anybody wants to put anything on the spot, so I mean, it's up to you to answer this. But Bastard Gill asked, will there be any dope crossovers in the future?
I think you should answer that.
Who, me?
Answer.
Gotcha.
Spoilers.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, there's multiple ones.
Yeah, there's several.
They just have to come out at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, the Smash Summit in and of itself is a crossover.
Yeah. This is a crossover.
Worlds
spoken to each other. That's a lie. A lot of us have spoken to each other. We're all friends.
Yeah. There's a lot of time for like most of the people talking to each other. Yeah.
In terms of machinima,
is this the most ambitious crossover?
I won't lie. I have a couple plans that I've already machinimated. I want to put out pretty soon. I'm not going to give a date for that, but yeah, they're already machinimated, and when they come out, just be ready. That's all I want to say.
Putting out a date gives me so much anxiety. Oh my gosh!
I put out a crossover, a self-made crossover with dRage's Machinima. It was Tide X Dragon Ball Z. It was just a fight.
That was fucking awesome.
It was completely non-canon because I think one thing I did is like I gave Captain Falcon an attack he doesn't have, so it was like, okay, yeah, this is not gonna work. Like I gave him like this like fire orb, and then D-Rage is like, wait, what is that?
Captain Falcon cannot use energy attacks in my series.
I was like, wait,
but I mean, it was fun to make. But other than that, I do have a couple of Machinimas. There's Machinimas in here I've crossovered with a couple of my characters, but I don't want to spoil.
Okay.
You know.
Hedge, are you still making a Solar Crisis now?
Yes.
Hey.
Progress has been slow on it, but
I guess whatever.
I made a video updating to tell people what I've been working on. I was going to try to have it out by the first week of September, but I got hit with something unexpected. So my new plan is to try to get it out by the end of September.
All right. Okay. Well, crossover question. Anybody else?
I guess I can give away one stream.
Whoa.
Crossover.
Okay. Yeah.
For me specifically, this stays in the stream, but. Spoilers ahead.
Stream is public.
Spoilers ahead for me. Surf and Turf and Rise of the Fallen is indeed a crossover.
Whoa.
Meaning they're in the same universe, or
they're in the same universe but two different timelines. You just have to finish Rise of the Fallen. You figure it out.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Why are you yelling at me?
I mean, Virtual Smash has had crossovers.
I was trying to say, AG, does Virtual Smash the series count?
I think it counts. Yeah.
I think it counts technically.
Yeah.
And then there's my crossover with Pika Maxi.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the AG versus Pika Maxi video. I love those.
So technically, we have a multiverse going on without establishing it too much. That's pretty cool. And okay, so here's a little side note. Brawl Universe has a couple of people's textures in it, so that's something.
Yeah.
Junior has an episode where Brian's walking around.
Do you ever wonder like why
my series
I swear
has
to God,
every single Machinimator in it? I just haven't shown everybody yet, but every single Machinimator is in my series.
Okay.
I guess we have crossovers.
Dope. All right.
Smash King HD is technically a crossover. Two different characters will show up in HD eventually.
Bingo.
All right, dope.
And Origin.
Where in
like,
HD?
It actually kind of already happened. Like Liz knows who Jasper is, so.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, she does.
She called it out in the episode.
Yeah, she was like losing her shit. Sweat. She was sweat. Her scales are glistening.
Okay. All right, so this is an open forum question. What is everyone's likes and dislikes about machinimating?
Ooh. Machinima or machinimating?
Both.
Yeah.
I imagine somebody's having a PTSD moment right now.
I'm absolutely having Smash 4 PTSD right now.
I think just
I'm sorry.
One dislike I could definitely say that it's probably all around things stages, just in general.
Stage
night, day, hazards. All you can turn them off now, but still like the 9-day cycle.
Warplanes.
Yeah.
Hate.
May I escort you to my second Q&A video where I rant a whole 2 minutes about Delphino Plaza?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Bridge of Elden, that freaking pig running around throwing bombs.
Planes. 9-day cycle.
I don't even use it anymore.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about like every traveling?
I'm just glad I can freeze stages and brawl.
We're just talking about Smash 4 in general.
Smash 4 was a terrible machinima engine.
Smash 4 was a killer game.
That's why I never used it.
I don't know. It had some good moments, but it wasn't like.
No, it didn't.
At least you can.
I wish I made it a couple times, and I don't think it was that bad.
At least you can film on custom stages.
Like,
yeah, you can't actually record on custom stages. That's a plus.
Are you shading
I
Ultimate?
think Smash
the one
4
thing
is not newcomers.
Are you shading Ultimate, Brian?
That's the one thing Ultimate doesn't have. You can't film on custom stages.
Technically,
not answering the
one
question.
thing actually.
I mean, you can. It's just.
I mean, it's actual shit.
It's a little.
Have you heard of the pause camera and the frame by frame?
Exactly.
And you just speed it up 4 times and bam, regular
Actually, speed it
footage.
up. You have to speed it up
Must be
5
the power
times
of a true
to
Super Saiyan.
be accurate.
I do know that.
Okay, like coming from someone making Smash Machinima 2014, it sucks.
Alone, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up Smash.
It's pretty bad.
Good part of,
It's pretty bad.
if you don't have mods, you're screwed.
Well, I mean, I would say the same. I would personally say the same thing for Brawl too. I mean, like Brawl's good because it has mods. If you
Well, it has hella mods.
Brawl has been modded to death.
Brawl was barely a year old when we got mods.
Yeah. We basically had mods from the
They
start.
had no type of protection on that.
Well,
that
yeah,
SD
blame
card.
Nintendo.
We got we got
Nah,
waggle baggled. Thing got whacked. There was no protection. Like, yeah, come here and just put all the mods on it.
Yeah.
There was overly colorful Marios walking around.
I don't know if there's anybody else who does go back to do anything in Brawl after you do Ultimate, but like it sucks because muscle memory when you film in Ultimate doesn't translate well to when you go back to Brawl.
Yeah.
I went back to Smash 4 the
Yeah,
other
that's
day,
weird.
and like
How
it
did we
took
do
so
this?
long to learn Ultimate. Now like I can't even film in Smash 4 either.
Brian sounds so troubled.
It's like, why isn't this the pan stick? What?
Yes,
Why? It's like,
Yeah, I don't know why they changed that. That was so
It
weird.
was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's so foreign to me.
It's also so unnecessary.
Why is that little doohickey in the doohickey? The
Oh, I hate
crosshair.
that.
Why is that there?
That would be better if you had like full 3D control, but you don't. So
Not know how to get rid of that.
I mean, it goes away by itself.
you can get rid of it when you're
Well, you could, like,
transferring the
When you
video.
replay, when you record the replay and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. That means you can't
Well,
like.
I
pause
think
the game.
I think the question is like, why did they decide to add that in the first place?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
If it
Like,
had full 3D control, it'd be helpful. But
They don't.
try to act Sakurai. I never answer my question.
It does seem like an unnecessary addition.
he left me on red.
I've used the crosshair. I use the crosshair to like line up a shot and then back up. Like if I have a shot with like 20 characters in there, what I'll do is I'll line up the crosshair in the same exact like pixel, and then I'll like just cut out the frame to like a puzzle piece. Like it's hard to explain. Like if
I kind of get it. It's not hard to explain. You definitely explained it. Now I will use that tip.
I think the best way to actually machinimate, I wouldn't say Brawl, but I'd probably say like Smash it.
You said Smash what?
Smashing.
Well,
What?
You cut out when you said it.
Yeah.
The best way to machinimate is Smash 64.
Oh really?
Oh
wow.
No, that's a hot take.
Hot take over here. Oh god.
Are you dissing on PlayStation All Stars?
You guys don't know anything about Nathan Drake, okay?
Oh,
Kratos? Doesn't anybody want Kratos in their machinima? Huh?
Yeah, like what?
Actually,
get that as Smash? Hell yeah.
I know I'm joking about it, but Kratos is actually pretty cool. I'd take that.
I mean, you can do that in Brawl.
Oh,
You're right.
you
Not in
definitely
Kratos.
You don't even need PlayStation All Stars to have Kratos
But
in
do
your
we have
series.
like? You have Dad of War in Brawl.
I remember you
Dad
could be
of
like
War.
you could be like Adam
But you
and
don't
put Yoko from
I mean, we'll have it somewhere.
Whoa, yo,
there's
you
a
guys are
reason.
making that crazy, yo.
You know his series has a series has a multiverse, but
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean it's pretty evident.
Said Machinimate with Brawlhalla. I'll bet.
hey, yo, delete your chat. I'm just playing.
I'll pass.
Hey, how come nobody's Machinimate with Super Smash Flash 2? I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I've
I
seen
know
somebody
somebody
do
Bro,
it
don't try
actually.
me.
I think
hey,
Speedy
I
J.
challenge somebody in the YouTube chat to make a Super Smash Flash 2 Machinima. I challenge you.
I think Speedy J does
That's a
it.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Speedy J?
Yeah.
My man Speedy J.
His name is not Speedy
We're
J.
forgetting
His name
the,
is
Go on.
149. Speedy 149.
Oh, Speedy 149.
Really?
Where's
Yeah.
the J?
Yeah.
I don't think he. I don't think he only made a couple of shorts. I don't think it's like a full on.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, like, this guy I used to talk to before I started Smash 4 Machinima. He made Super Smash Flash Machinima. His YouTube channel is Green Reaper.
Oh, I remember him.
Oh, this looks cool. What is this? Super fun. I wish you could put this on the stream, but
We're gonna dive into that later.
yeah, dabble.
So
You say dabble.
one thing I use.
Oh, Isaiah's gonna dab into it eventually.
Wait, Super Smash Flash? I thought this was a dollar store.
One thing I hated when I first started, because like I started on Smash 4, like I was like I want to do fight scenes, but I don't actually know how to do them, so I did CPU
You started on
fights.
Brawl, actually.
Well, I did CPU fights back in the day. It was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay. I think almost maybe everybody did. I don't know that.
Like,
Are we about to talk about fight scenes? I'm gonna talk about
oh man,
like bro, like I was like, all right, I need body actors, so I asked like Lona, like 2 of his friends, and I was like, they were like, what are we supposed to be doing? I was like, all right, Lone's good at the game, so he be Marth, and like everyone just fight him as a Rob.
Wait, is that a thing? Did that actually happen?
Yeah, it did, and then like everyone that was a player died, and what was left was like the CPU. Like I was like, oh damn. So
wait, so the CPU won?
Like the fight was supposed to be over, and everyone jumped off, but I forgot that there was a CPU still on the stage.
Oh, you nerd!
I was like, oh man.
So that CPU was celebrating and everything.
I was like, Lo, just keep fighting. It's alright.
Oh wait, I remember this.
The fight scene between Soprano,
yeah,
and then the
Junior,
Robs
yeah.
and Junior. Yeah.
So
he had me playing Marth.
For me, I'm pretty much a cheater because I animate my fight scenes with another program. So I'm cheating. I'm not a real Machinimator.
I'm
cheating.
Roblox. Once I learned how to actually use Roblox, and like, it got better.
It can be.
Yo,
I
I thought you said Roblox. I was like,
no,
Roblox. I want to delete. I was about to delete his channel.
You could be like dRage. What's the thing that's used now? dRage. It's called it's like the stage thing. What's the thing that you use now to make your
the
fights?
newer one, it's called Brawl Crate.
Brawl Crate.
Yeah.
Brawl Crate.
Basically just an update that's overall better.
Yeah, I've been using that more.
I remember.
What does it add specifically to Brawl?
You can put the stage and the model in the same thing.
I mean, yeah, it's more stable in general.
So I remember doing Brawl fight scenes, and the reason why I changed from Brawl and Smash 4 is because it was like I just felt so limited. Even though I was watching Smash King, and I was like, this guy is animating with just a game in Brawl Box maybe, and I'm like, he's transformed the fight scene realm in Machinima, and I'm like, damn, this guy's amazing. So I was like, I can't do this with Brawl. I don't want to do this with Brawl. So I just decided to get Source Film, and I was like, okay, this feels better than just doing it with Brawl. So that's kind of what I use. I use Ultimate and Source Film now.
Okay.
I think we're good on this question for now.
Yeah, I was just actually about to move on. So another question was, all right. So is there anything that anyone's wanted to make that they haven't made yet?
Wait, what? Can you say that again?
All right. So like, what is something that you've wanted to make since like you started Machinimating that you haven't made yet?
Is it like restricted to like something Machinima we haven't made? Or
I mean, it can be anything for real.
I wanted to make a quote unquote like murder mystery one. Like I've always wanted to have like the whodunit story into a Machinima.
Same.
Like maybe have a little bit of black and white into the visuals, but I never really got the chance to do it. I've been so focused on like Brawl Universe and like Remember Melee that it's just been like my prime objective to finish. I did think about having some other like stories to tell, but yeah, I think like a murder mystery would be a good one for me.
Yeah,
we'll be waiting on that when it comes out.
I wanted to try horror, but
yes,
I didn't. I'm not a good horror writer.
That
Wait a second, Flip.
Yeah.
didn't you make wasn't there like a little, was it a short or was
Detective
it
Fox.
yeah, Detective
Yeah.
Fox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that like yeah, that's pretty much what I said I wanted to do, right? Yeah, whatever happened to Detective Fox?
Well, a couple months ago, I made a short, but besides that, Detective Fox was something that I had in the works for a little bit for Smash 4, but it never really got off the grounds because writing mysteries is actually kind of difficult.
It is very hard.
There's a lot of planning involved. You have to make sure, like, oh, why? Okay, you have to really make sure there's no like plot holes or anything that can like potentially ruin it. So
Or
it's pretty
easy,
difficult.
easy to figure out.
But I would still like to do it one day, but it's not on the top of the priority list right now.
Yeah, so Flip made 3 installments of the Detective Fox thing. There's one Fox. There's one in Brawl, there's one in Smash 4, and one in Ultimate, so check it out.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Okay.
Real quick to say it, Redway said something they want to finish as their final episodes.
Oh my god, yes.
One step at a time.
Yeah, maybe
me on that one.
I always wanted to make my first series I ever created. I wanted to actually make it eventually, and it's called Spaceman Fox. So
Your trying to make was capture.
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about
Yeah.
You just did.
But
You're trash.
I'm gonna eventually I'm gonna make it either like a movie or like a one-off, and then just call it a day for that. But
Wow.
one of these days.
Super Brawl Universe.
I should go pull up that Twitter post.
I say, what was that like high school girl thing you were doing?
Hey, we don't want to talk about that.
Was the name of that show?
Hey, we don't talk about that.
Hunky Dory. It was like Hunky Dory or something.
Next person.
Sweetness, I think. Sweetness.
It was like
Stephanie's Adventure.
I don't remember, bro. Look.
Vampy.
Do you still have it on your channel? I'm gonna look it up.
It's called Radiant. That's what it was called.
Radiant.
It was called like Vampy or
Go ahead, check it.
Hunky Dory.
The video was still cool. I mean, hey, man. Hey.
Was Rachel and Rochelle working on that?
Yeah, Wise.
That's why I said the way about it.
It's called Dress Casual.
No, it's not.
No,
That's what's going on now.
That was the original title.
There's Dress Casual.
Look at the most recent one. Yeah.
Look at the wrist. Look at the.
Oh, there's one called Spend Time with Bowsette.
Oh my god. Hey, is there anything else anyone else wanted to make before? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yo, this guy posted the opening.
And
Radiant?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it eventually. You know.
No.
Is there anything else anyone else wanted?
All right. Well, I wanted to make a Metroid.
What the heck is this? I remember this.
Yeah.
Wait. What'd you say, Angelglory?
I'd like to go back and do something with Broken one day.
Oh shit!
I don't remember what that is.
I love the style in that series. Like,
Yeah,
that's cool.
that visual novel and the breathing and the blinking, that was cool.
Nice touch. Good detail.
Yeah, instead of just having like stagnant characters just standing there not doing anything.
I always liked them.
That was cool.
Like I tried to emulate that style one time. It took so long. I was
a lot of patience, bro.
Yeah. The more time you put into something, the better it's gonna look.
Yeah.
But I think for my channel, I'm trying to transition more into CGI because that's what I'm going to school for. So it's like I want to practice with that, but I want to, make sure I give time to my channel.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm still like experimenting a lot with it.
I'm about to go on a training arc.
I've been trying very heavily to make like a TV drama style machinima.
Still linking stuff.
Interesting.
Like something like an HBO, because I love like HBO and all those kind of like high, there's really cinematic stuff like Chernobyl and stuff that Netflix produces. I'm just really into that style of like long form like TV show, a very cinematic approach and all that stuff. It's gonna be I'm working on one still right now. Just it's taking a while. It's like I feel like I want to do everything that does like longer episodes.
Yeah.
Using more of a camera and emotion, what I can do with emoting, animating wise, and just going from there.
Wow.
It's a style I love a lot, and I'm trying to emulate more and more. Day of Age episode 1, part 1, was kind of my attempt at the cinematic
Day
style,
of Age.
using more using the shaking effect to add more of a handheld camera effect instead of just like camera shakes.
Oh yeah, this guy loves camera shakes.
I love them. They're
When we get
Give
in
him a
that
camera,
next
he
Day of
will.
Age.
them in RGB Twitch effects, just RGB in general.
I love.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I loved in Wise's, which one was it? The Brawl one.
Day of Age.
Day of Age. When Hedge is voice acting the uncle, and he was
I know what he's about to say.
he was like, I'm gonna return with my army, and then Wise's character was like, what? And then, it was like it was so dramatic.
I was about to say, yeah, it was mad dramatic.
I remember David.
What?
Yeah.
I think it had
And
heads
the anime lines are in the scene. It was funny.
I think Hedge gave me those lines like a year until I actually they were like a couple months. It was a while he recorded those lines, and I finally made the damn thing.
Oh man.
Well, oh yeah, Danny, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, like, for the motion, the camera motion thing, handheld camera thing. I know, like, I don't like this movie, but like, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, what they did for all the CG scenes is they would have some guy like hold like an emulator, basically like to emulate hand motion controlled cameras, you know.
Yeah.
And they would make the scene in CG, and then they would have a guy pretend to film it in CG. And so they would get like real like motion capture, which is really interesting because that's kind of what Ultimate has with the remotes.
Yeah,
I thought that was like really cool. Like it's cool that we can do that now.
Yeah.
That handheld effect is like so effective for like, you know.
It is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Especially if you do a scene where somebody's waking up off of a beach and then they get up and they're looking at someone. Or if you want to make like a fake dating sim machinima.
First person.
I tried
that Ridley
or first
thing.
person fights. Yeah. Oh.
that had me dying.
And if you want to do like a first person fight, I don't know if anybody's going to do that, but that would be a cool thing to
He
do.
said he had Hulu.
I emulated that.
Got a Hulu. Is that okay?
Yo.
Yeah.
That had me dying, Sash.
Alright, so
Should really help.
You gotta find that video.
Wait, Slash, is that a reference to
posting my Machinima on Twitter.
Yo, my Machinima on Twitter.com.
Yo, Brian, you know what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, no. I don't know.
You said what, Adam?
I said I'm lost.
Oh God, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out.
Somebody
I'm gonna send you the video.
Sonic the Hedgehog thing, right?
Alright, so just because we've been on this question for a while, so like, alright, so another one would be, alright, like obviously everyone here started somewhere when they were machinimating, so like if you could go back to like tell yourself or like anyone that's like a new machinimator like stuff to do and not to do, like what would you tell yourself?
Don't rush.
Don't capture card.
Ever rush.
Like I'm trying to be like lone and like write
Buy a
out.
damn second controller.
Oh god. Like I want to be like lone and like write out my entire like series scripts and then
Before you cast or do anything.
Oh my goodness. Cause
scenes
working like episode to episode on scripts, I'm like I need to stop doing that.
Practice before you try and go for a long form series.
That's not entirely a bad thing to do, but if you feel like it's affecting the way you work, then you can change it. Believe it or not, a lot of TV shows, animes do that too. They get an outline of what they want in an episode, and just work off the script.
You should plan ahead, but definitely be willing to kind of experiment and change something if you have a new idea.
Yeah.
Discover the Bowser voice sooner than episode 6.
Oh man.
No, like I actually, what I always when I tell people like new people making like any kind of YouTube content, I always say like just always remember you're going to be making 3 videos: the one in your head, the one on script, and the one video that you actually make. So like, don't be afraid if things change because they are absolutely going to change.
I think that's very important. If you're using the engine without mods, like Smash Bros. Without mods, Ultimate, because like you'll think of something, right, and then you go to the game and it's like, nope, You can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude.
And they're
That
like,
makes me
psych,
so much.
he
It's
thought.
like, well, now I gotta change
Yeah,
this.
like with mods, you can like all right, well,
You
I'll
can do
find,
anything.
I'll make my own code. I don't know, you do something.
Yeah. But
They're
even
like,
even
psych.
sometimes with mods, like
Yeah,
mods, it all depends on your skill.
yeah.
Like it took me a while to get
Go
where
for
I am
broke.
right now. I'm kind of comfortable now, but like before, I'd always hit roads where like, oh man, I don't know how to animate this,
Yeah.
or I'll make the animation and it just looks totally wrong, so I'll have to change that. But it's all right.
Okay.
If I had to give someone new advice, if you need help on something, ask, because a lot of us old people, we just kind of made things all by ourselves, for better or worse.
Well, yeah, I guess I am old.
I'm old. Fuck.
I'm definitely old.
Yeah.
I'm 31.
Oh my.
So
It's about age, man. You know?
Hey.
Oh,
All you
Isaiah's
young
on
people
age.
about
making
age.
ultimate cinema.
I want to say something about age. Doesn't matter how old or young you are. If this is something you like to do, just do it. There's
Yeah.
like 71-year-olds
What is a good question?
animating in Pixar, and it's like a lot of people look at animation like it's something stupid or it's small, but we're touching thousands of lives here, so or 100, whatever you want to say.
It's
If you
definitely a
wanna-
lot easier when you're a
machinima,
teenager and you have
do it.
plenty of time in the world to just
Yeah,
make
definitely.
machinima.
One of my instructors, he's like 65.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
So another good question was asked by
I'm a cigar.
Tara, and he said, "What is one thing you're really glad that you cut out?"
Soul Brawl.
Oh,
I like that series. What the heck?
Dagger.
Classic.
That was a
Classic,
classic.
Ray.
Classic.
What you doing, bro?
Classic.
dRage, we're gonna have to sit down, you and me, and just talk about how much.
Not sure if this is
impacted my
ever
life.
answered, but I'm curious how you guys came up with your Smash Sona. Okay, we'll get to that too. Oh, you already put it there. Lone is a great man.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Lone.
yeah.
He's grabbing all the questions from the chat for us. Shout out to
Yeah,
Lone.
it's a little sneaky sly devil.
dRage, one day we're gonna sit down, you and me, and we're gonna talk about how Soul Brawl changed my life.
Sure.
No, let's hear that. No, I want to hear that. I want to hear that.
Yeah, go ahead, explain, man.
Yeah, tell us.
Nah.
We got
Do
time.
tell.
We got time, man.
Well, you
Get back
see,
out now.
I think I watched Soul Brawl. That's probably like the second story machinima I think I ever watched. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. Like the timeline here. Okay, so you're talking about like
brother.
10-year-old Wise, probably just I don't know.
10?
I
How
don't remember, man.
old are you?
Baby Wise.
I've been here since the
Bad.
break of
And
dawn.
I just remember like all this. Started watching dRage stuff. Like, man, it's all crazy. How's he doing all this stuff? And it impacted my life for the better. I wanted to. I wanted to do everything dRage did. I even remember messaging him once, and he totally ignored me.
I remember hitting up dRage about his Dragon Ball Z. I was like, hey man, still finishing this? He was like, yeah.
Maybe.
Cool. But yeah, dRage is great.
Anything? Anyone else cut? Glad that you cut?
Oh
yeah.
I'd probably say like rebooting Rise of the Fallen for the fourth time.
Oh shit.
The first version of it was trash. The second version of it was trash. Like just cutting all of my previous, like I said, don't rush and just like Danny and Luna said, you're always going to like have different versions of whatever you're thinking of. But I guess like taking my time and thinking out what I wanted to do. So I'm glad I cut all my previous versions of that out, threw it away.
I'm glad I cut like all of Toa's dialogue in Day of Age because it was like very moody and very Shinji-esque, like just down and cringy, like I'm so sick of this world kind of stuff.
Oh shit.
Literally, like as I was making the show, I can't. I had to voice the character. I was not going to voice those. I had to like literally as I was making his parts, I had to like write them as I was doing it, which is not the best thing.
For me, I'm glad that like I cut. I did Junior in Smash 4 originally, and then like I wasn't feeling it at all. So like like I got trained by dRage for like a couple months, and then I did it in Brawl, and I'm more satisfied.
Yeah,
with it.
we trained in the hyperbolic brawl chamber.
Yeah.
That would be Final Destination if anybody wanted to know.
You take the hyperbolic
No
soul
items.
brawl chamber.
dRage saved a lot of us when it comes to Brawl.
Yo, dRage,
dRage is a legend.
man. This dude made a pack for stages, for animations, for stages and animations at the same time, and then he made one for just regular models. You guys are great.
There's so much like modding stuff that I haven't.
Bro, it's 5 a.m. over there with dRage. He's
He's coming.
Yeah, this guy dRage is the goat. I'm sorry.
I was like, one time I was like, dang, I wish there was like a Hyrule Warriors Impas texture. And next day he was like, oh, yeah, I ripped it out the game.
Busted through
Oh yeah, here you go. I made this.
Gave him the like gun fingers and was pointing at him and stuff. I
was
like,
like, damn, there's not enough interior stages one day. He was like, yeah, I did the pack. Here you go. I was like, yo.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me hook you up.
I was so curious on how to do more modding.
dRage is great.
As dRage, hey dRage,
he's also really great to work with too. So it's cool. It's really cool. For me, one thing I'm happy I cut was like the first version of Tide. I kind of mixed Smash Sonas with the Brawl worlds, and I kind of had like this Magneto and Professor X type of storyline going on. And I'm glad I cut it because like it was a little too close to like the way things were going to turn out was going to be a little too close to like genocide from real life and history, and I knew that was a little too close to home for some people, so I cut that out. And I'm glad I did because it would have been pretty dark. Yeah, I'm pretty glad. I'm just glad that didn't transpire because that was gonna happen in like the next episode, like a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, wow.
So glad that cut that out.
Okay, there's something.
Big yikes.
Cool.
Well, it's not so much cuts that change drastically, and it comes back to like episode 19 of Smash King. And it's like forget 13 and 17. Like as far as scripts go, this took a while for me to do because it all comes down to the Twilight Realm side plot. Oh, yeah. And he's like after all these years, I'm just like I'm finally going to dedicate at least half an episode to this plot I had since episode 10. And now I get to this point, and like the first draft of my script, like how do I go to this? All right. It starts out how you saw episode 19 as is, but once we introduce like the lesser trophies in the world, we're now just like I originally present the idea like that there's a war going on between like lesser trophies that think like the creator might have a plan for all of us, so like we should be patient, and then the other half led by Midna is like no, just like the creator doesn't care, we have to take matters in our own hands, that there's like this whole there's this whole war going on in the world. Right. Yeah. So it's like and that was the thing, and it's like okay Tigura, guess what you just did to yourself? You just now we have to focus on this tournament, that the last tournaments, the plot with the villains, Ridley, and a war with the lesser trophies in a completely another dimension.
Oh yeah.
Dimension. How are you gonna balance that?
Yeah, sometimes like you got like you realize that it's like you gotta just keep it to the essential element story. If you have too much like subplot and like side storyline action, it can kind of end up making the story drag on longer.
Absolutely, and you can always like revisit it later with some tweaking.
Yeah, or make like a spin-off episode or something like a
what if, you know. But I can see why. There's a lot going on, so I can see why you had to.
It's like that's a bit too much on my plate. I guess a bigger thing that would be episode 18, because that also had a major overhaul. Pretty much I think I would have to probably consider that instead of that more than 19 actually, because I just like it was so big that I actually renamed the episode because like
Oh, wow.
after the whole thing with Lucario, I'm with Lucario. It's basically the first. I take the first 4 or 5 minutes of episode 8 on steroids. Pretty much, it was originally intended to be like a huge jailbreak episode.
Yeah. Okay.
So the whole thing went and then when Ridley shows up and everything, like pretty much the whole main cast already just like actually sees him already in the original. And it sees him already, so it's like, but then I think about it, it's like, okay, but I'm doing all this, but I'm also trying to get back to the tournament stuff, and it's like, okay, how do I do that? How do I have both of that?
I think
So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna have the main characters like just go away.
Yeah.
So Ridley could do his own thing with the minor characters.
Exactly what I said.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see why. Well, I mean, it all worked out. So.
Because we've been on this topic for a while.
Well,
Oh, go ahead, go. No, if you got something to say, say it.
All right. So there wasn't anything cut on my part, but it was like there was a moment in my episode 3 script where it's like, this doesn't really fit in anywhere. It's like it's not really relevant to what's going on in the episode 3 script. So it's like the scene in Ultimate Heroes for Hire in episode 4 with the scenes with Bayonetta and Meta Knight and then Bayonetta and Ridley and Fox. It's like those were gonna be an episode, a side plot to what's happening in episode 3. But then, like, 1, episode 3 was dragging on for too long, and 2, it's not really relevant to what's going on. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna save it for the next episode. Yeah, and I'm really glad I did that because it just, keeps the plot intact for that episode.
You definitely progress well with your series, so
thanks.
Yeah, like a lot. For me, cuts personally, like there's not much I cut out of the series, but rather like if you could see how many drafts I do for scripts, like then like it that changes a lot.
And that is okay.
Okay. So, another cool question would be like, for everyone, because I don't think anyone here does a text series. What is a voice actor, like a couple voice actors that you guys like working with?
What was that?
I'm sorry. Like, where are some like voice actors you guys like working with?
Dragon Rider's a pretty cool guy.
Bro, Dragon Rider is the goat.
Respect.
I'm sure everybody here has Dragon Rider representing one of them.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Dragon Rider is that guy.
Yeah.
Redway is pretty good too.
I'm banging Redway. Yeah.
Redway and Dragon Rider definitely my go-tos.
Talk about my girl Lily.
She's dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Ed Rules 500. It's probably my favorite person sometimes. He's definitely like a Mario voice actor. So like I want.
He's definitely good.
Wait. Ed voiced Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Groovy Smash. Groovy Smash. He was.
He wasn't
I don't even remember. Oh.
He was the pizza man.
Hey, stop playing. Stop. I'll be very offended. I'm just playing.
even though he probably will say, I like work with Flip.
Flip's a Lone.
And Lone too, yeah. Lone.
Flip and Lone are probably like the two people that give you your line.
Yeah, I like Flip too. Flip is he's really good at being the snobby character.
Definitely.
Wow,
Flip is like complete opposite of the characters he plays. So it's always incredible to see him like play someone that's like, okay, like example Blue. He's like, you're such a loser. And Flip will enter a call like, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Like, it's a complete like flip. Oh. I can't believe I did that. Oh man.
I think
but It's like
I gotta read the call. That's not
the
everything.
miniseries are played by the nicest actors in the world.
Oh shoot.
I was going to say Flip, but also a few days ago I was thinking, wow, whenever I watch a Machinima and I hear Bowser, you can immediately tell if Tiger is the voice actor.
Yeah, definitely. Iconic
Recruit that guy to play Bowser.
I'm like, yeah, that's Tiger.
He said,
That's Scooby Doo.
What's the
Another
famous
one is,
Bowser line? He goes, what does he say?
I need a
He
much
says,
larger vessel.
Yeah.
Bowser Vessel!
Like, you can immediately tell it's Tiger.
Too small for that power. Yo, that line is just so iconic, you know.
Another one I wanted to say was Nakeem.
Dang.
Oh
He doesn't
shit.
voice act in
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of.
Nakeem's good. I like his I like his voice acting too.
Yeah, he doesn't voice act in a lot of stuff, but if you actually his which I'll post, you can. His work is really good and professional for someone to be like 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's a good kid. He's not a kid, but you know.
If you ever need a lady, you can always you get the wonderful Isaiah Cow one.
Isaiah, Fun fact, YouTubers. This guy Isaiah could voice a pretty good girl. Like he could.
No. Isaiah think he's slick. He be trying to act like he wasn't doing that back in the day.
Back in the day, he did that recently. What are you talking
Whoa.
about?
Oh, shit.
I'm getting a lot of
Well, I
names
mean,
out.
you say back in the day, like 1994. I mean, he did voice acting in 2019. Like,
I think that. I hate y'all.
You hate me.
No.
How could you hate me?
No, I don't. I think the Bonehead Clan, he's pretty dope too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nick has a pretty wide range of voices, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's also like really good to work with. I think I told this story before. Like on episode 2 of Dragon Ball V, there's this fight scene with like Phantom, and I felt like it's kind of dragging on, and there needs something in there. There's not enough dialogue, and I told him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, let me just write up these entire quips and jokes for you, and then like voice act them." And
yeah, so he ad libs.
like half of that scene is ad lib by Nick.
Real quick, shout out J Bud. I just saw him in the chat. Shout out.
Oh, V-Claw.
Yeah, shout out
That's where I know him as.
V-Claw is Isaiah's inspiration.
Man.
That's my guy.
Piggybacking off what he said about Bonehead, I just wanted to throw this out there that he is also voicing Silver for Silver Crisis.
Oh,
a little mini Machinima thing I'm doing, and I did not expect him to sound that great. Honestly, like I was like comparing the voices between the original Silver and what he brought to me, and I was like, "Fuck, this dude is like blowing my mind right now." He's a really good voice actor.
How does it make you feel? That's all I need to know. Yeah. I understand.
I'm not sure how many people have Big West casted, but I say Big West pretty. He's like a pretty good.
Big West is good.
He's a really good voice actor too.
He's actually voicing one of my projects I'm still working on.
I love working
Voice for me too.
Like I wrote it's just these voice actors. You write a script and they just send you above and beyond. You know.
Yo, I know we're talking about voice actors real quick. So you just said it. Shout out Cisco too. I remember we were talking about inspirations earlier. Like his animations are crazy. But I
Cisco's like top 5 in machinima animations.
That guy's animations are crazy, bro.
Yeah, and I read some of his scripts. He's pretty good at writing too. So this guy is a monster.
Also really good to help you out. You really need information, and if you can't really make it yourself, Cisco will help you
Even
out.
outside of Machinima, Cisco's an amazing artist now.
So he has a deviant art.
Yeah.
Plug the promo.
Oh shit, he's in the chat. I didn't even know he was there.
Oh brother, this guy.
We got 37 in here.
Yeah, we got 37 people, and that's a high for me.
Hey, don't comment on the views, man. Don't comment on
you should have let comment and subscribers, bro.
Hit that bell notification.
Isaiah Cal 1.
And hit the notification bell if you're done.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, so everybody in here, hit subscribe or else.
Dang.
Send you to the
Smash
dark
will look at
zone.
you.
It's not even his final form.
I'm tempted to unsubscribe just to see what happens.
Oh man!
Playing with fire,
Knock on
buddy.
your door like, hey, open up, man. It's on the chat. Oh man.
If you don't click the subscribe button, Smash will be really mad. He'll probably fold his arms.
Also, while we're shouting,
Master Gil goes blocked. But
Did you see the question for Master Gil? The one.
what was the question?
yeah, there was a question.
The favorite episode of your own Machinima series.
Of my own?
I'll just repost the question.
Probably episode 1.
Probably the latest.
Yeah.
I feel like
Episode
every
1.
episode I make, I just improve on something, or just it always becomes my next favorite episode.
Yo, the work you did in Stranger in a New World is like really crazy.
You said who?
For Wise, like the stuff he did in Stranger in a New World was really good.
Oh, that was fire, bro. I'm a little jealous, but I won't say it too loud.
Yeah, I was very much trying to go with the
Immaculate.
Also,
like
like,
effect shots.
I thought dRage's work. I mean, I said dRage. Angelglory's work in Next Smash R was really good too.
You cut out again.
I said your work in Next Smash R was really good too.
I'm more of a Tails fan.
Oh my god.
More of a...
I prefer Knuckles.
What?
My son.
He got me.
He'd rather flex his muscles.
Hey, don't start this. Don't finish that song.
I like Ultimate
finish that
Heroes
song.
for Hire episode 3.
That was good. Very good. Everyone in here is like, I forget who said
Wait,
it earlier.
is it our own Machinimators or is it someone else's Machinima?
Both.
The question he asked like for your own.
My own.
Machinima guys.
Well,
Yeah. I guess
Everybody's on.
Don't try to compliment other people. Jeez.
Can't help it, man.
Man, we're getting questions fired at us. We gotta get through.
Okay, well, I want to say like I answered this in my Q&A, but I think I want to update it because like one of the episodes like I like the most out of my own series is actually one of my remakes. Episode 5 remake and episode 15 are the tops for me so far. It was like 15 hasn't changed because like it was the whole aftermath of the whole thing where like like the whole thing about Bowser being the one who like, oh, spoilers. I don't say if anybody hasn't seen it yet, but after the big reveal happened and we just like everything's calmed down and then like just like and then like pretty much all of part 3 like I really like how I constructed and how I constructed it and it turned out really well for me. But that makes it it gave good feeling for me. And then the episode 5 remake, it was like it's like I really liked how it turned out. So it's like like the original episode 5 is officially dead to me. It doesn't exist.
Oh shit!
Because the remake, it was exactly how I wanted it to be. Like it's a party. It's a party. And, you know, Wario's being Wario, and you know, like it is actually like respectable without being overly sexual, like the original was. So it's like I really liked how it came together.
Okay.
Fun fact: I have not watched the remakes yet. Just the original.
Get on that.
I did like a full
I get it.
I know we said stop complimenting each other. Wow, that sounds bad. But no, the episode 7 from Hedges show, Brawl Universe, episode 7. Like I don't know, I watch it all the time.
Oh yeah, Isaiah's actually really obsessed with that episode.
Yeah.
Do you remember with Dark
I'm out there.
I was like, yeah, I remember. I'm watching it now.
I think one episode that I kind of look back on fondly was the 4th episode of Brawl RPG, because I feel like that was the episode where I kind of got a nail on my style for that particular show. And even if like for future episodes, I'm definitely gonna try and improve, but it kind of has a place in my heart.
Okay, I like your style with Brawl RPG.
Yes.
So, very colorful.
Thanks. Persona 4.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a favorite episode of mine, I guess I would just go with Next Smash R episode 2.
Nice.
Just I don't know. think I just came up well. I don't exactly have many options to pick anyway, so yeah.
I like the bladed dragon.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
My
I'm the
favorite,
same way.
Let's smash it, smash.
Yeah.
My
I've
favorite
only got a few
episode.
episodes out, but I'd say it's a tie between 1 and 3 on my part. 1 because of how it sets up the whole story and everything, and 3 because it has like probably the best fight scene I've done thus far, like best choreographed fight scene I've done so far, and yeah, just my favorite moments with some of the characters.
That's good. Awesome.
Dope. Yeah, episode 3 is pretty dope.
For me, I'd probably have to say like episode 9, Rise of.
Oh yeah.
Just for literally there's just for literally like 3 of the scenes. I'd say I love. First of all, I hate rewatching any of my work, but I can watch all of episode 7 and be like, okay, this is decent. But when I go back and watch like the Bayonetta versus Okume versus Link fight scene, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is exactly what I wanted to happen. Exactly how it happened in my head. And then going to see I'm not sure if anyone's seen it yet, but also going to see the Kirby sacrifice and then like fade away effect. Like all of that is exactly what I wanted to happen, and it genuinely makes me smile and happy.
That's pro.
Awesome.
And like I still go back almost every day to watch, and just to watch that one scene of Kume versus Link because it's like the best thing I've ever filmed in my opinion.
Oh wow!
So I'd say like episode 9.
See, I love that like wholesomeness from you because I'm like the exact opposite. I like never watch my series. Like if it comes on screen, I'm like I mute it. I'm like no, I don't want to see this. Like
every episode's a classic though.
I'm just very self-conscious.
Watch that. Roy's our boy.
No, I'm the same way, which is why I say like I only go back to watch that because I do not like watching any of my episodes outside of 7 and the fight scene.
Episode 1 of the original Rise of Fallen is my favorite episode of all time.
You can't make me go back and watch the original episodes 1 through 4. You can't make me.
You can't.
No.
So another good question was from Liquid the Great, and he said, "What is everyone's favorite characters from their own machinima?"
Oh boy,
all of them.
I think I like Nega's character.
Hey.
From Tide.
Yeah, because he's such a dorky. Like, I based him on his younger self. Like when I first met Nega, he was like so dorky and like adorable and stuff. He was like, "Hey, I'm Nega." I was like, "Oh, hey, hey, you make machinima?" I was trying to. Oh, cool. You want to help me make mine? Sure, I guess. So I just remember that every time I write for Nega is that I want to keep that wholesome, nerdy, like little childlike type of attitude from him. So I think that's pretty much why. I don't like my character too much because I kind of wrote him as my teenage self, and my teenage self was a complete mess. So
I mean, we all have those moments in our lives.
Yeah,
I could relate to that. One of my favorite characters for me is Mega Man, just because I like to write him as like a dumb kid. So, like just naive and doesn't know much about the world. You know, like
I mean, there's naive, and then there's Mega Man. He's like,
I don't know what to call it.
His voice acting is funny.
I don't even have to use the bathroom. Well, yeah, clearly, Mega Man. Don't have any bathroom parts.
It's the highlight.
For me, I liked making Ashley because you can kill people with her.
I can tell.
Yeah. I was not expecting that when I watched it.
I know it's different, so I was like,
yeah, that was unexpected.
Sorry, it's like how like everything wasn't like super dark and sad now where Ashley comes out. Dead.
My favorite character is Impressive in Next Smash.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The,
Because King
Zelda.
Labyrinth just does a great job of just making her into the ultimate sass master.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my
pretty
goodness.
slick.
DDD.
Oh boy.
It's already a wrap.
Just yeah. I don't know what it's about. Just like with every episode I've read him, and just like I just have so much fun writing his lines. So
Yeah.
like for episodes where or just pretty much like short stuff where he pretty much has main focus, like pretty much episode Peach, where I can really flex. I just like flex and just like
Oh
let
yeah.
talk.
Let
Just like
loose.
that was my. It was a rap. That was all I needed. So it's just like I just rap like how funny, charming, and actually serious he could be. Just it's so fun writing the character.
Yeah, I'm with you.
K. Rool's a close second. Writing for him is in episode 1 is similar to DDD, but just like a lot more sleazy and underhanded. So it's like, yeah.
Ariel in general is just the funniest thing ever, man. Like he can't say anything in any show that's just, like amazing.
He's also a total tool, but
Sleazeball.
I mean, King K. Rool's like a
Slimy
female in my
rep-
show.
Those are my favorite type of
slimy
characters,
reptile.
Anyone else?
I'd say
I feel like my favorite character to write was well, I have two. I'd say like Clyde from Surf and Turf. He hasn't been introduced yet, but I'm writing this and I'm like far enough to know his character. He's like honestly my favorite character I've ever written. And second favorite is definitely Link from Rise of the.
Cool.
Before like the series had a lot of cuts, there were so many scenes where just Link is like playing and like, oh, like I'm doing this. This isn't my responsibility. Blah blah. This isn't fair. And I'm like, this doesn't sound like Link. So let me just delete all of this. Especially in episode 9.
Excuse me, princess.
Yeah. so like when I think about Link's character, I think about what I wrote. But in the show, I'm trying to like still have that be his character, but more passively and not more so complaining. Like, I didn't choose this life. This like I don't want to do this. I don't know why. Like blah blah. I can't live a normal life. Blah this and that. But that's why he's a second because of the deleted scenes that I've gave him. But he's still interesting. But I think Clyde, once
I'll be right
Surf
back,
and
guys.
Turf gets to where it's going to go, like Clyde is definitely like probably the best character I've written. I enjoy his character.
I will say too, I think the what you did with the two Bayonettas in Rise of the Fallen, I was like so into that. I was like, wow, like not only is his voice acting amazing, but like
Yeah, Love Sisters
like,
was dope.
it was good, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, holy cow, I love that episode. Oh my god.
Thank you.
I think my favorite in Ultimate Heroes is between Pichu and Pickle. Pichu because I just admire how savage I made him. Where it's like he just has a witty remark to almost everything, and Pickle I just love those dumb oblivious characters. Where it's like, hey, what's going on? Why is everybody not happy or anything like that?
Yo, Pichu is definitely a savage, yeah.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Seriously, why? What's up with that?
I love your characters.
Thanks.
To put a character above everybody else, I'm just gonna have to go on a limb and say Daisy for Mario Universe. Yeah, Zero Kona just did a really phenomenal job with like her voice acting. And I knew that from the moment when I did like the prologue for Remember the Melee. Zach, also known as the Blossoming Lily, their chemistry on that whole episode just made me smile, and it was really hilarious. Yeah, like
was the best.
Like the scene where like she goes into the castle to go save her like cake from like burning because it's in the oven for too long. Like just that whole that was all ad libbed between Zach and like Daisy.
Oh wow!
Like that whole scene was ad lib.
Were they in like the same car or something?
No, like they were just throwing out like
Damn.
a bunch of random lines to say, like, because like, oh, there's something in fire in the kitchen. What we do? Blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Like, Zach's kind of he's a cracker. He always says some dumb shit.
Yeah.
But it was just like wow, and she's a really sweet person. Like all on random occasions we would usually talk about the show and just like what's her favorite scene and like what else does she like about the series and how well she's had a blast just working with it. And I really appreciate working with her, Daisy. I really like Daisy as her character.
I liked her monologue in the last episode.
Yeah, for episode 9, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that monologue was a really good one. She had a really good delivery. I had to wait like a while to get lines from her because she was in college, and it took about like almost 7 months. I had to wait on lines.
That's a shame.
But she came with like a big apology, like I'm so sorry it took so long. I don't normally do this. Here are your lines, and she was like really apologetic. I'm like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Super sweet person.
That's nice. Was there anybody else?
Yeah, I guess favorite character to write for the moment is Ganondorf. I just really enjoy writing charismatic villains for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
Wait, what's the
I bang with Phantom. What's your favorite character from your series?
I like writing Shulk a lot because I just everything's gonna be happening later in the show. It's gonna be fun to write.
Okay.
My favorite character, honestly, it's Shadow.
Hey.
Is that just to write for, or like your favorite?
In general, your favorite character.
Like my favorite character is Shadow for my series, but my favorite one to write for is Demise.
Demise is pretty good too. I love Demise. All right. So this was a question. I've been holding this one off, so let me not keep leaving it here. So Metro asked, what upcoming Machinimators popped your interest or are you surprised about?
Is it upcoming?
Yeah, like the newer ones. What upcoming Machinimators popped your interest or or surprised you?
All right, can I actually be like completely honest?
Go for it.
I'd say Ramsey.
Wait, he's fired.
Because when I first started watching his series, it was like the first 3 seconds. I'm like, this isn't going to be fun, blah blah this and that, and then like all of a sudden, I like that wolf camera shot with the I guess like the spotlight. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This guy knows how to use his camera, and anyone who knows me knows I am a sucker for good camera angles.
Mm-hmm.
So he had the camera angles, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, this is actually really. And then it was text based, and that's what really threw me off because I haven't seen a text-based machinima in God knows how long, and it just happens to be that my favorite text-based machinima, my favorite machinima is a text-based.
Oh, really?
And then just like going forward, how he just constantly improves. It's not like, oh, I just put out my first episode, I'm going to stop. Oh, like there's constantly improvement, and there's like a lot of improvement throughout. Like there's just a huge jump within each episode. So he's a really good newcomer if you haven't checked him.
Shout out Ramsey.
Yeah.
I think because ever since I started doing streams, like the marathons, like it's kind of like helped me like keep up to date with like like who does stuff. I really like obviously like Lone said, Rams is pretty good. I think Amulet's is really good. That's why I wanted him here. Like his series is just dope.
There we go. Thanks.
I think Maxi, he makes Operation X. I think his work is really good. He shows like a lot of improvement each episode. And there's just like a ton more, but like that's the whole reason why I like doing those streams, the marathon ones, is because like you really see like how Machinima's kind of like evolving, if that makes any sense. So I really enjoyed everyone's like individual styles. If that's enough for that one. There are so many questions. The Wild Challenger 101 said, out of every character, this is kind of like an opposite to the question that we asked 2 questions ago, but he said, out of every character you would have to write, which is your least favorite? We don't need to spend too much time on this one, but just go down real quick.
For me, it's Marth.
You said what?
Marth for Chronicles of Brawl.
Yeah, Chronicles of Brawl is Marth. I don't know why. I just can't. Like, whenever I have to write a line for him, I can't think of anything. But I have to make him say something because he's
there.
an important character.
Yeah.
Like I gave him such an important role, and now it's just like every time this guy.
I never really thought about the question so much. Who's my least favorite?
Zelda.
Zelda from Smash Game?
Yes.
Really? Huh? Why is that?
My least favorite so much that I completely retcon her being a psychic because it's getting to the point where I kind of have to have her be important, but I'm like I don't want her to be important, and I'm just like, okay, Minna, you do something. You're I somehow written you to be way more interesting than Zelda, and maybe you can rub off on her to make her a bit more interesting. And I guess it worked, but still, just meh.
It'd be like that sometimes.
You're boring.
I'd say Kume for me. Like, even though Danny said he liked Kume, the reason why she's my least favorite is because I felt like when I was writing her and Kotake in, I didn't necessarily fully think their character through, and she's my least favorite because I want to do so much more with her, and the series is almost over, and I'm just like, oh man, missed opportunity.
I definitely can relate with that. Like, I could have done this, but I'm out of time.
Yeah.
When me, Wise, and Smash were scripting for School U, I thought that Kirby was a creep, but I remember Tara personally messaged me. He was like, "I hate this character." I was like,
hate him.
The typical anime.
But I felt like he was the funnest to write for because we were just didn't care. We didn't care when we were doing anything with him. It was like screwed.
It was like we were running out of character traits. Like it's kind of like Black Clover's formula, where it's like every character has to have a specific
a quirk.
Yeah.
I think the teachers are probably the worst to write for because
I hated that too.
Most of them were just one line. I remember Ike and Cloud were just they're here.
Yeah.
They're here. I think the only one that had more than just one line was Daisy.
Yeah, it was Kirby yeah, look at all these girls.
Yeah. It's kind of hot.
What a creep.
And we were just we don't care. Isaiah was like, we really gotta do this, aren't we? Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
Let me think.
I'd say I'm pretty satisfied with all the characters I write. Although for Phil Mustachio, there comes a point where I run out of gibberish for him to say.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm on the same boat as Lone Wolf. I have a lot of characters that I really like, but it's hard to fit all of their little stories into 10-minute, snippet videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I have a similar problem Adam has with Mars. Just with me is Shadow. He's in the story now because he was there from an earlier draft, and I kind of kept him around, but I don't know what to do with him now.
I feel that same way with Richter because I was I wrote him because this character got written to different characters, and now I'm just what to do with him.
Sorry.
There you go.
I had to fight some aliens.
Turanians.
Area 51.
What kind of aliens were they?
Yes, it's Tuesday.
So, another interesting question was from Redway. He said, so what's your favorite opening or ending sequence that you've created?
That isn't your own.
In general, I guess.
Smash King.
Thank you.
In this Brawl RPG ending 3.
There's just only one ending.
Is this? Are we talking about our own?
I thought it was supposed to be your own, but oh yeah.
What is your favorite opening and ending sequence from like someone else's mission?
Oh, I really like Flip's Brawler VG stuff. In his
RPG's ending.
Those are really good.
I like. Most of my favorite ones are from people in here. Like I think dRage's opening's crazy. I think Angelglory.
dRage has like I liked how he's like
the fight scenes are crazy.
EDM style.
I'll say I like everybody in here. I mean, I don't have like a specific one.
I like the
like,
the ending that Head showed me that he didn't upload yet.
I was gonna say like
opening endings are.
I love everyone's opening and ending, but I love it's like once I see an opening that's more than a minute and 30 seconds, skip after it. So my favorite opening is definitely Danny's like ThePandaBrothers opening because it's just so short, simple, and like you're into the episode and I don't have to skip anything. But my favorite ending is
those guys are never fun to watch.
I'd say like MickeyMurk's ending where he had it was just so simple and nice. It was. I think it was
the recent,
like looking at the mountains and like I'm like, this is just so nice and simple, like nothing's flashy.
I'm in the middle of changing my opening and cause I haven't changed my opening since the first one I made back in
day one.
Because it's a classic.
It's okay. It's the second arc now.
Yeah, I know. So like I'm in the middle of like changing all that. So but
drop the bass.
I'm so focused on the opening that like with the endings, I kind of just wanted to do a simple thing. And it kind of fits anyway.
I will say everybody's opening and ending is really good here. You know how I know? So when I watch a movie and the song comes on, I'm like, hey, wait. Hold on, this is End of Smash music. How did they get the rights to this? This is a song that's made entirely by someone else. Let me calm down.
Yeah,
that's how I know that everybody here.
I never actually, I never actually heard the Code Geass opening until I watched School Smash.
No,
When I watched Code, I was like, what the hell? They got School Smash on here.
That seems familiar.
Chibu intensifies. He said, Chibu. I was like,
it's in Japanese. What the heck?
Even
Where's
though
the English?
one technically isn't an opening, but the other one is. Well, originally it was Angelglory's opening for the original next match. He was like,
Are you talking about because we were in Skype call, we would just mimic the opening?
Out of nowhere,
you know
hours.
That was a hit one. As soon as he did the ha ha ha, I was like, oh shoot.
I like and then I remember Hedge made the Virtual Smash versus Digital Shadows video.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I remember that one. I did the same opening song with that too.
Like I love
it.
I like well, they're not technically openings, but the Fringe tributes that Adam made.
Yeah, those are fire.
Adam is crazy with it, man. You gotta bring those back, man. I want to hear it.
Oh dang! I just thought of the my favorite opening. Hold on.
I think Angelglory did some version of those too.
Real quick before you say it, I also think that the Grand Brawl one that Tigura did, the Tigura remake one of the Grand Brawl opening, I thought that was good too.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
That was, as the kids say, fire.
That was pretty.
Am I cool?
Do you remember the opening, Hedge?
Yes, I do. It's Pikamaxi's Machinima series. The Pokemon Form Month and the Strike of Shadow.
Yeah.
I like his well, I guess it's a revamp, but yeah, I like the newer opening that he made. That was a pretty slick one.
Cisco Link's openings are pretty good.
Starts off with him on the beach, and then like the cutaways between him and what was the Jigglypuff's name? It was Megaman. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's a really nice and catchy intro. I just really love it.
His ending's actually really good too.
His ending is great. Like I love how calming it is. Yeah. It's very calm.
Cisco Link's opening was dope too.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Cisco's
fire. What I really like about I'm sorry, Wise.
Oh, sorry, you're good. Go.
Yeah. What I really like about the opening endings is that like when someone makes it and you see it for like transition from like old to like new, and then you see like the second version or like the second opening, and it makes you just appreciate the other ones more. Like I like the revamp that he did, but it was something about the original that just made me like appreciate it even more.
I got that.
Same way with your openings too. Like I love your revamp originals. So like
that was such a pain to work on too.
Well, it paid off. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of the problems is like with using those songs is like you gotta like just be mindful of what you're using and watch out for like copyright, because that's a bitch to work on. It's like I had it blocked, then I had it up, and then it would blocked again. Then like I used a cover and that cover got blocked, and I was like, oh come on.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, it's weird because it's a cover. You think it'd be
use like the pellet cover, right?
Yeah, and that somehow made it.
Okay.
Well, because it's I think like the one you use has like a image with some new.
Yeah, you take about money. No,
yeah, Pellet does that. He uses like actual instrumentals. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
him and
he makes some music.
Future Machinimators in the chat right now. Do not use copyrighted music. If you see music on TV, don't use it. Music on the radio, do not use it. You can use
music
free or remasters of the song, like remakes of the song. You can use that, but do not use official songs.
You gotta be like Danny and get original music.
Yeah.
Danny got
my brother makes some music, and if I use a remix, I ask the person.
Oh snap! Hey, plug his SoundCloud, bro.
9 times out of 10 they say yeah, and then I
plug his
put a link in
SoundCloud.
the description.
Yeah, plug his name.
Yeah, plug his SoundCloud.
He's the Violent Island. He doesn't have a SoundCloud. He does like Instagram.
Nani?
And then he just releases on and not Instagram. And he has Instagram, but he uses more YouTube. But if you go Violent Island YouTube, he made a lot of music. And I'm honestly, I mean,
I agree.
I would say comment first, but if you ask him to use a song, he'll most definitely probably say yeah. Like I don't see why he would say no.
I had a bad day. You had a bad day.
Soul Brawl opening 2 was pretty snazzy, I'd say.
Pretty fire.
I mean, yeah, that's a custom song too.
Yeah, I like how like there's a weird like thing about it where people thought it was the Buffy the Vampire Slayer intro.
Yeah, apparently, I've never seen it, but apparently it's the same.
I'm just remembering Brawl Universe's openings now.
So good.
With those sick vocals. Who did she think she was?
Out of curiosity, what editor does everyone use here?
What's that?
I said, what editor does everyone use here?
Cut X.
Vegas.
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro.
I use Vegas and Source Film. So
Vegas.
Isaiah, what do you use?
Oh man.
PowerPoint.
Camtasia.
I was talking. I was asking Isaiah Cal.
What was the question? What did we originally use?
I mean, I use this thing called Camtasia. Yeah.
That thing sucks,
I had
dude.
this thing called Pinnacle Studio 11.
Oh, Pinnacle Studio.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I hate
Me
it.
too. That was the worst.
I hate you cannot edit with that thing and like when you capture it off.
I dealt with that thing for 13 episodes.
as soon as you said Pinnacle, I look to my left and I see my Dazzle like covered in dust.
Yeah.
The Dazzle. That's baby's first capture code.
Yeah.
Technically,
baby, bro.
Technically 15. Technically 15 episodes because I had to do the episode 1 and 2 remake on that.
Damn.
Technically 15.
Now here's a follow-up question: how many of you are using the legal version of the editor you use?
Not I.
Me.
Nice try.
I got
I'm a law-abiding citizens.
Not
I.
I know you what you do. Don't worry.
But I actually.
Isaiah, did you pay for Camtasia?
Not I. Said the Fox.
What? Pay for Camtasia?
Wait, say that again.
If I'm paying for an editor, I'll get something actually good. Like,
So wait, you didn't pay for software that you use
hey,
online?
I'm not gonna snitch on myself on my stream.
You already did.
Oh man.
Now you gotta be at your door in like
You should have
like
said
tomorrow.
your friend.
All right, so like I needed an editor, And then I asked Angel, and she hooked me up. She was like,
Oh, all
I
right.
want to hear all that. Now you're saying Angel's a plug?
hey, yeah.
Oh.
But
Why would she give you
Bro,
Temptation?
She
I was
could
like,
listen to this.
she
She
was
listens
like,
to every conversation.
she was like, all right. She gave me like a serial key, and she was like, all right. All you gotta do is turn your Wi-Fi off and then put this on. And then...
You're a snitch.
And I was like, "Hey, look! It closes. It says,
No,
"Oh,
just got some stitches."
It says, "Look, we can't connect to the Wi-Fi, but you can still use the editor." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So
This man is
You're
wet
a little
snitching.
snitch, bro.
hey,
Damn.
Bro, Angel gonna come after you.
You
So
can find
I'm
1,000.
recording.
You can find 1,000 tutorials on our YouTube. I ain't complaining.
If you guys don't know,
Yeah, but she put her name out one live.
I didn't. Hey, I said Angel. I could be talking about Angelglory.
Why don't you say YouTube?
It's like nah.
Just try to throw Angelglory now.
Hey, there's a lot of angels, man. Come on, man. Hey.
Oh, there's two
calls me
angels in
Angel
the
needs to get
community.
slapped.
There's only two angels in the community.
Anyway, it's like
You fool.
Oh my god.
We're not talking about the one in part of the retro pixels.
hey.
You know what?
Hey,
Well, and you're
chill.
snitching now too. You know what to say?
How about them
Oh,
questions?
you gonna sleep with the fishes?
What's the
Snitches get
fishes?
stitches.
Whoa, you guys are kind of
End up in
crazy.
ditches.
There was actually a cool question I saw earlier.
Don't you have a list?
Lone's usually typing them, but I saw this question in the chat. I forget it.
In the
but
chat.
I
The
forget.
list is right there.
No, it was one that you didn't put down, but it was like
Oh, okay.
I forget who
You
asked.
trying to say Lone missed a question? You crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got all the
You
questions.
blaming
Yeah,
Lone
bro.
for all of your issues?
Well, it was you know. All right, I'm not gonna look for it anymore. Screw it.
Wait, calm down, bro. What the heck?
It's all. He got every question.
So
Yeah, I know this, man.
questions, huh? All right. So Ramsey asked, "What's the one tedious task when it comes to doing machinima?"
Fight scenes.
Putting it together.
Making a script.
Recording.
Finding the motivation to actually film.
Yes.
Yes.
Golly.
Trying not to add everything in my notes because, like, I have a script, right? And I'm like, wait, I want to add this idea. No, but that one's better. And I just keep adding too much. So I guess it's just the saturation of ideas trying to put it down.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too. It's like sometimes I'll be working on a script and like once I start filming, I realize, oh, it's going past the 50-minute mark, so I'm probably gonna have to take some stuff out.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing, just like script writing, because there's just so much. Then I'm like, oh, I'm in page 20 or page 30.
I
And then
took
you
an
look
hour
at
to
Tigura,
write
and
it.
he has like 50-minute videos. I'm like, how the hell are you doing
Take an hour to
this?
read.
Like, I can like after I get past like scripting, I can film it, but it's just like I can make episodes in like 2 or 3 days, but like I don't know, it takes me like a long ass time just to sit down and actually make a script because I have like a short attention span.
When I go through a whole session, I realize I didn't hit the record button.
Oh God!
Wait, that's happened to you before?
Yes.
Yeah, multiple times.
Horrible.
Actually, same.
That happens.
Alright, everybody type F in the chat.
The Smash Sona question.
What?
The Smash Sona.
Go ahead and ask her.
That's in the
She asked, how did you come up with your Smash Sona?
Oh. Well,
I awakened my inner self.
I looked in the mirror. I was like, "Well, if I look
soda."
I am the shadow, the true self.
Well, you see,
I got chosen for me.
I used to be a question mark.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't do this. Don't
I mean,
do
you
this.
still are.
I used to be a hot
So I chose Ike because my middle name is Ike, and I know that's really pretentious, but I was like, hey, what if I choose Ike because my middle name is Ike? So I took the texture, right, and I didn't know how to texture hack yet, so I was like, yo, can someone help me? And then somebody from the community helped me, and what he did is he just grabbed the texture from Brawl Vault and gave Ike wings, and I was like, wait, I didn't.
Hey, I remember this.
I gave him complete instruction of what to do, And then he just completely, he's like, no, I have something better. And then I was like, nah. So I learned how to, I learned how to texture hack and everything. And I had Ike, and he had like dreadlocks, and it was cool. And he still had the armor, but I was like, I want to personalize it. So I was able to have Ike with like a red leather jacket and like black pants and the whole thing. So now it's like a completely cool looking Ike, fashionable and all that. So the whole fashion thing comes from me being in the modeling industry. So it's like it's kind of like one of those things. Like I kind of wanted to mirror it from my real life self, except I don't have spiky hair. My hair is like coarse and wavy. It's not spiky. That's how I came up with my texture.
Hey.
Yeah.
I came up with my texture because like I was making when I started my channel Lone Wolf 100. I previously made an account called the Lone Wolf Bounty Hunter, and I completely forgot that account existed. So that's the account I use for that's like my Google or Gmail I use for this new channel. And then pretty much I'm like, you know what? Wolf would be cool. And so I joined the retro. Oh yeah, choose the texture. I'm like,
give me that booty.
I really wanted Wolf with a cape, but I couldn't find that. So instead, I made Falco, and then I'm like, okay, Falco's ugly.
Oh shoot!
Wait, didn't you use
That's really racist.
Didn't you use the Falco from like the game and not from Smash? Like
Yeah, I use it from like what Star Fox Assault, and I'm like, okay, he's ugly.
So, side note to that, he chose Falco, and he did his intro video.
Oh my god!
He's an eye. Keep you waiting.
Hey guys, I keep you guys waiting.
Keep you guys
And he made Falco do as his A combo. I was like, what are you doing? Like,
first of all, it was his neutral air combo. Okay.
Oh,
He
was
was
it?
playing the Splatoon music in the background.
It was like hey guys, keep you waiting.
So bad.
Like I didn't know why he dragged out every like word in the sentence. Whatever.
Because we were doing like the collab, and I was like the last one to send my stuff in.
Oh god!
So you had to drag every word out. That
Can't you make it count?
The booty hunter.
This guy is a loony.
The booty hunter.
That's horrible.
Whoa!
Dang.
You don't want to find out how I got my Smash Sona.
It was a long road.
Which one?
It's like I probably told the story.
Which one?
Yeah, I told the story like 3 times. I don't want to do that again.
You had like 12.
Yeah.
There's a ton of arcs.
I sat down and made like
3 of
all of them except for one.
I think, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think for me, like it kind of got chosen for me because originally I was just Toon Link with dark skin and white hair, and then I wanted to make a Link texture, and so when I made Brawl Sona or whatever.
I'm just playing.
When I made that video, when I had both of them like the same video, it was like, oh, I'm a time block. But I wasn't even like making the intention to have like my Brawl Sona be a time traveler or anything like that. And then the comments just started going off like, "Oh, Mickey's a time traveler," and I was like, you know
Exposed.
what? I'll just go with it. Like,
I guess.
Why not? You guys did the work for me, so.
Yeah.
I promised everyone in the world that Shulk ever made into Smash 4. I'd swap him. I got mine.
Oh yeah,
I
I
was
made mine.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
So it looks bad now. I love it. Originally, I was so proud of it.
Bad. It's just dated.
I mean, mine's pit because I didn't see many people pit, so it's good.
Mood.
I mean, originally Lucario. Because
that would have been cool.
Yeah, I remember when you was Lucario at first.
Then I made a whole video about it, and then everyone got on the train.
Lucario glory.
Yeah, mine's a custom model because one day Smash asked me, "So what's your Smash Zone?" And I'm like, "What? I don't have one." So it's like, no, you need one. I'm like, I guess here's this custom model a friend made for a collab, and this never came to be.
It's clean.
Remember, didn't you have that old fox texture?
Oh yeah, because I had to appear in one video, so I made just one texture. But I don't know. I don't have that anymore.
Dang.
I actually forgot about that when Smash asked me.
Some things are better left forgotten.
Indeed, like Soul Brawl.
Agreed.
Oh,
No, Soul Brawl
I
will never
didn't
be
try
forgotten.
to
That's a
set him up for
staple.
that.
Oh.
I really did try to set him up for that.
Oh,
I swear
shoot.
to God.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
You
I
can't
like
forget.
Soul Ball. I don't
What you
know.
say, Wise?
I was gonna say you can't forget just changed my life.
Oh my God.
You should bring back Soul Brawl, but like a musical.
You gonna see Falco like tap dancing?
Oh my.
Don't give me ideas. I will do the animation. I will do it.
Imagine like Link serenading the Zelda about a dream he had.
Yeah.
Another interesting question. Another one. So like, how did everyone figure out like what character they're going to use for their main character?
Well, Pichu is my main, so I chose Pichu, and I just, if you look at my profile picture on Discord, I just put the Bonehead Clan did it for me, and yeah, you basically put the textures in my profile pic over a Pichu model, and he gave the Pichu a dorsal fin.
Oh wow!
And
Nice.
so it looks something like this.
Gotta see that pic.
Oh,
nice.
Wait, is that your texture?
Yeah.
Yeah, send that
Or
over.
it's the colors.
He's a Pichu
He's a
shark.
shark.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
he's drowning.
Yeah.
He's drowning.
And since Garchomp's not in Smash, and Garchomp's my favorite Pokemon, and there's no like texture hacks for Garchomp, this was the best I could deal with.
But I've been dope. There's not a Garchomp texture?
I thought there was.
Actually,
know
let
of.
me check that.
I feel like there is.
No, I'm pretty
I think
sure.
there
To the
is.
main
There's a texture over a Charizard, but it doesn't look like Garchomp at all.
Now there should be a Garchomp.
I mean,
Like,
I'm pretty sure you can
that's
find it through like thousands and thousands of like new Peach models. I'm pretty sure you'll find it.
We're gonna find it. We're gonna set you up, bro. We got
Hey, there's also a new Samus.
There is one, but the link is dead.
I know they definitely have it on Source Film.
We got you, Amlets. We got you, bro.
Yeah,
we got you. We're gonna hit you up. We're gonna hook you up with the good stuff, man.
Hey, Danny, while we're at it, you need to get a texture too.
You said Danny?
Yeah, Danny.
Stays Pichu because Pichu.
I wonder what Danny would be.
A panda.
I would be a me sword fighter because I'm basic.
Hey.
I don't know about basic, but me sword fighter works, I guess.
No, I mean, anytime I've represented myself in like a Smash video, I just like put myself as a me.
Oh, well, that works. I mean,
Oh yeah. So yeah, why did everyone else choose their main character?
Well, it's not like my show is called The Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Well, why don't you be more obvious?
So why isn't Zelda the
I'm
main
pretty sure the main
character?
character is like
Yeah.
Pikachu or I don't know, Samus.
I
I love
chose
that green guy, Zelda.
Yeah, that green guy Zelda.
He's
I
such
chose
a
myself because I kind of wanted to bring stories from the community and my own life on screen, but in an exaggerated form in Machinima. So I kind of wanted to take like there's some things that happened in the past in the Machinima community. I wanted to take that and turn it into literature. An example of that would be Akira Toriyama modeled Frieza. Was it Frieza? It might have been. Yeah, I think it was Frieza. He modeled Frieza after one of his editors because they were being like dictators or whatever. So I kind of did that. There's an android in a series that kind of like mimics everything I do. So I had somebody like that in real life, and I kind of wanted to tell that story and how it affected me as a person. And of course, like just meeting you guys, I kind of wanted to tell that story as well. So I guess me being the main character is kind of like a love letter to the Machinima community and the people in it, in a way.
Cool.
So, nice.
Yeah, I base my characters in terms of how much I know about their franchise. So obviously, I know more about Legend of Zelda than on Nintendo One, and then
You
right
know a lot
after
about
that,
the current logo.
yeah, Sonic. So that's why those three are like top three main
I
characters.
didn't know you knew a lot about Sonic.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I grew up. The very first video game I ever played was Sonic, the Sega Genesis.
that's really cool,
So
actually.
yeah, so I grew up on Sonic. I used to watch all the
Watch
old
Sonic
cartoons. I've read a good fair amount of comics. That's how I knew about Scourge and
Yeah.
Yeah, the king, baby.
Hey.
Scourge is fun.
Until they got rebooted.
Scourge.
Oh, by the way, shout out Nightwing. We didn't say him for the voice acting, but shout out.
He's a
Nightwing.
good voice actor.
Oh yeah, he's
The voice of Scourge.
Yeah,
His texture is Scourge too. It's
he does
crazy.
Soprano.
Hey,
Soprano.
my man Red.
For me,
So, yeah,
Anybody else want to
that's-
go?
oh, I'll go. And I get you, Adam. My bad. Did you have anything else to say? Oh, okay.
No.
For me, I just needed my show's kind of more focused on villains than the heroes. So like, I didn't want to just do a regular Bowser, so I was like, hey, what if it was a time skip but with Bowser Jr. growing up? So I was like, hey, that would be a good one. And then I mean, I needed to have like an opposition, so I needed heroes, but like the story's not really focused on them that much. So, but I just kind of chose Red because he has a sword. Yeah. Okay.
What about Silver?
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, he's not the main character though.
Zelda, one of the trio.
Yeah, oh yeah, and Plum is the daughter of Peach, and yeah. All right, anyone else can go?
Cool.
I mean, oh god.
No, you can go.
Right now, in my series, I have Mario as the main character because I always used to write him as like this good guy who's also like the worst person ever. Like he does good things, but he's a terrible person. So it's like, let me like really explore that. Like, let me make a main character that is like kind of don't want him to win. So I'm like, I'm trying to make it be
don't
as
work for them at the same time.
make it be as like bad of a person as possible, and I want to see like I want to see how far I can go with it. So that's kind of why I picked Mario for mine.
Okay. Actually, I think it's cool now. I think about it. You started with the demo from the 3DS, right?
Yeah. My boy's a pioneer.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
Yeah, that's the back when we were discussing like what other Smash engines like we should use. We just like, wait, what about Smash for 3DS?
Yeah.
Like he was like at a big meeting table, and then some guy was like, "Yeah, let's use 64," and they throw him out the window.
That would be me.
Oh shit!
It's fun. It's funny. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, the only reason why Mega Man is such a big character in my show is because he was in the demo. If he wasn't in the demo, he just wouldn't have been a character at all.
It's part of the lore. That's crazy.
You said the lore.
Yeah, it's part of the lore now.
I mean, I guess.
You gotta think about it. He did it right when Smash 4 started. Like the game wasn't even
That was a
out
really
yet.
smart move. That was a smart move.
Thanks. Oh, by
That's
the way,
a power move.
let me just put something on that. The reason why I did do that is because like I would always come up with these ideas for videos, and I would never do them. I guess out of laziness. So one day I was like on a bus and I came up with the idea, like I was playing the Smash demo, and I was like, oh, it'd be funny if Mega Man was like, and like talk to Mario. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it because I never do anything I'm supposed to, and I never do like things that I want to do. So I was like, I'm gonna do it, and then it actually like kind of worked out.
Okay.
So like, if you ever have ideas, you're wary on doing them, just do it. Like, just do it so you know what will happen.
That's like like the most wholesome character development ever. He's like, I don't do my videos, now I do it.
Yeah, totally.
That's great.
Anyway, so
I chose
Yeah,
Bowser
so-
because I like Bowser.
No. Bowser.
yeah, I'm the same way. I'm doing Pichu because I like Pichu.
And also at the time, like once again, like back to the earlier question was like I see all these like these machinimas like we do these things, but we don't actually like have the characters do what like they were actually programmed made for it to be do as a game, to fight each other. And so like for a character standpoint, it was like it's always Ganondorf.
That's right.
Or it's like Bowser, if he shows up once, like like he's not meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah, he's a filler villain.
He's only the disc one final boss, and it's like
That's really sad though.
TV
They always
tropes.
beat up on Bowser in like a lot of
just
machinimas.
because stereotype, because like he's kind of a dope in the games, and it's like okay, that's it's
Bowser's
funny and
cool.
all, but like it's just it gets old, and it's kind of predictable too.
I think
That's
that's kind of why I made him the
That's one of the reasons why. Well, I don't want to spoil anything for Chronicles of the World, but like the direction I'm taking Bowser, it's like staying away from that.
It doesn't help that Nintendo really milks that.
Yeah,
and it's like the same with Luigi. Like at first, I thought Luigi being a coward was a meme until I started playing more of the games, and I was like, wow, they made Luigi a real coward.
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, well,
3 games.
Whoa.
That's the game that like solidified his cowardice, though.
Mario.
Mario.
This guy was scared of his own reflection. That's not. Come on now.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
All right.
Oh bullshit, Isaiah! Bet you piss in your pants, all ghost.
But I will say like I do like this new I guess wave of like new main characters with like Pichu, Bowser, Roy.
Slash uses Wario.
Yeah, Wario.
I think like especially in recent years, people are looking for like more different types of casts overall.
Like in Ultimate's case, you have like 70 characters.
There's so many characters.
It's like in like Brawl, there was at least the excuse of like there's
not that many cool characters.
There were only like 3 girls, bro. That was crazy.
Can we also talk about like
Sausage
how
fest.
Brawl just made Lucas a punk, and then going off what Tiger said, like just almost everything I see with Lucas is just I'm scared. It's the same thing with Luigi, and I'm like, this only happened in one game.
It's only because of his animations. Like
but Luigi, Nintendo actually made Luigi a coward. Even if he had 3 games, it's not fair because even his his final Smash says it's all the negativity of years of him being in Mario's shadow and him being like depressed. I'm like, damn, what the heck?
Is that why he does that? Would be surprised if he show up as a villain sometime in a Mario game.
And it's like what Challenger said, like the whole reason like Luke betrayed like is kind of cowardly because that's how he's betrayed in Subspace.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't like that at all because
and he's not even like that in Mother 3. It's literally.
I keep hearing that from Spider Freak all the time, just all the time, pretty much. He's pretty much a Mother 3 fanboy, and so like you talk to him about that, you're speaking to the choir. He will tell you exactly just like. It's not even all that like that in his actual game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, by the end of Subspace, he steps up
for like
he
a
has a cool scene where he
for a second,
points his fingers back. He's like, "Yo,
I'm about to beat that ass, boy."
He was like he was so scared in Subspace, and that always bothered me. I was like,
well, that's the thing. It's character development. By the end of it, he's not scared.
I see.
No one remembers the end.
He had the most character development.
That. For me,
I try to forget
All-Star,
about Subspace.
I'm using Ryu. I mean, I don't see that many Ryu main characters except for Mewtwo Million, and I think one of Flip's shorts.
Oh yeah.
I'm going with Ryu, so I'm pretty stoked to work with Ryu.
Cool, man.
I got Samus.
hey,
Samus is badass.
Who the hell uses Samus?
you never.
As a main character.
Samus
only,
is
like,
usually
one
like she's usually like a side type of
Samus is
character.
Super
Samus is
edgy.
Samus is like always like super edgy and like
She's like the
Kirby
serious one. Yeah.
Or,
like Bounty Hunter.
I do that
And,
sadly.
Yeah.
Well, actually, though, like I think I could probably answer that question because I feel like a lot of us has to deal with it at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we're like, if it's the actual Samus character and not just like someone using the character model, it's because we're afraid to having to have a consistent female voice actress be the main role.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like Bryan Samus.
Yeah, she's like
she had that perfect like
otherworldly
voice.
Yeah.
I guess that would really be her in a comedic setting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Home
in a
dog.
slice of life setting too. So I definitely like that Samus. I like Smash King's Samus too.
Agreed.
Because she has another side to her that. Oh wait, never mind. I can't say that. I was like, oh yeah, I just almost spoiled something. Oh shoot.
Well, you could think back to episode 5, like where it's like things weren't so serious. So like I didn't. It's not like the series didn't forget that. Oh, she likes cute things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you're right.
I guess I chose Mario for my series because, like, despite the fact that he's like the face of Nintendo, most of the time he's kind of just like a side guy in Machinima or like a comedic relief.
Yeah, that's
type.
true. Nobody
I
wants
think
to
'cause
like. Yeah,
a lot
go
of
ahead.
people like like Mario's like is like the biggest franchise ever. So when they go to like Smash, they don't want to play Mario. They don't want.
Yeah.
They're
You see
like,
enough of
this
them
is my
on
opportunity
TV.
to play as Ganon and stuff, right? So when they something like that. So when they make a Machinima, they're like,
Yeah, but I feel like it's kind of had the adverse effect where it's like now it's like nothing but like the other guys, like usually like a Link or a Ganon or like a Fire Emblem character.
yeah, exactly.
I chose Shulk because he just looks like I was inspired by like those the isekai genre of anime. He just looks like the main character from those kind of.
I got sucked into another world.
Yeah, exactly. He has like the long hair, the
So is
silver,
he-
a lot of detail going on.
His
Is he gonna
clothing
have
is
a
really
harem?
weird, but it's cool, I guess.
Is he gonna have a harem by the end of it?
I hope not.
You can't be this guy with all that.
Is
Man,
anybody
don't
got
don't
any more?
don't spoil any of my future plans, Brian.
My brand.
All right. Is that everybody for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. The last question of the night.
Whoa.
Ooh, that sounds
What's everyone's
nice.
favorite color?
What does everyone feel about Rob abuse in Machinima?
You said
Oh.
you feel
I
about
said,
what?
how does everyone feel about Rob abuse in Machinima?
As in the robot?
Oh,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, come on. That's the last question.
I gotta
That's the last
go.
question?
That's a bad
That's the
plan.
last
Outplayed, man.
Why somebody actually asked that?
All right. I
Freak.
actually need a good final question.
Aren't you supposed to be prepared for this?
I used a lot of the good questions already, so like.
All right, you want to
You
go
used
with
up all
that
your
one?
stocks,
Yeah.
fool.
Hey, does anyone? No, I gotta ask it.
How do you have half a stock? Those are
How
awesome.
does? All right, this is a good one. How does everyone? Where does everyone see the community going from like in a future standpoint?
Well,
Going where? Going
Like
what?
in a future standpoint, like where do you see Machinima going?
I don't know. I kind of feel like Smash Machinima's making a bit of a comeback, like with Ultimate and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
usually when there's a new game. Like I remember when Smash 4 came out, there was a couple new Machinimators that kind of
There
came
weren't-
onto the scene.
Yeah, there weren't that many for Smash 4, surprisingly, but Ultimate has made a better push for Machinimas.
Yeah,
And
so
then
especially since like the camera, it's way more accessible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like
There
there's
was a lot of
It's more
Smash 4
Machinima
Machinima.
friendly.
It's
And
just
then-
that
Yeah, they
it
didn't
makes more
stick.
accessible.
Like there was a
Yeah.
lot of Smash 4 Machinima, but they just like didn't stay long. You know.
And I will say, as far as like the community, like the heads of the community pushing streams and promoting people and reaching different audiences is kind of helping the community grow. So that's an awesome thing.
Shout out
So, I mean-
Angelglory because he started doing marathons and stuff too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool. Of course, like with the next game, we're gonna get more Machinimators, but it's always
Mhm.
kind of the home. It's always like on us, kind of.
Yeah, with
like,
the
push the community forward.
with the camera, I've like seen people who aren't even primarily Machinimators make like little Machinima shorts on their channel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Create, like,
amazing.
edited video.
There's this guy called.
They just find stuff on the Smash World app.
There's a guy named Sylvanas. He does live action videos, but he started machinimating. He does a Smash Planet.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
So
Smash
he-
Man is pretty dope.
Yeah, that's
Like he's making amazing stuff. Like he made this little
The
kind
tutorial
of like
thing?
yeah, and then
Yeah, that one was really good. I like that one a lot.
You
Which
know
one,
how
Isabel versus Zelda?
You said what?
there's
Are you talking about the Isabel versus Zelda thing?
I saw the Splatoon
uh,
one.
Yeah, it was like a machinima like tutorial that was like made to be how to play Inkling, but it was like framed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just unfortunate. He's like friends with top players like Cosmos. Like damn.
He's
Keitaro. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I mean,
I think a big thing too is the climate for like content creators around like Nintendo franchises has completely changed from 2014 to today, because Nintendo used to go ham on people for like playing Mario Party.
Yeah.
But nowadays they actually really like it, and on top of Ultimate having like a good camera and being a hype game, like it's on the Switch and it's really popular. I think that's why Machinima is making a really big, like much bigger comeback.
They like
in
us.
Smash 4.
They like us using their games for series, but they don't like us using. But they don't like us using their music.
No, they don't like that.
Yeah, the people are getting taken down for music. I'm getting scared, dude.
I wouldn't like. Okay, so like back on that, like just don't use copyrighted music at all. Like it sounds nice, I know, but just don't do it.
And it's just like using video game music is such a common practice, even for like analysis videos. I don't know how to say the word. Commentary videos.
Just like I was just saying, just use remakes of the song. Like I know it's not the same. It is not the same, but just use remakes of the song. Use another song. Use non-copyrighted songs. Just don't get caught up, because you upload something and you're like, oh yeah, I never get caught, and then a year later you get a strike,
or even 10 years later.
Yeah, and then your channel is completely gone. All your work, whatever that you wanted to show your family or whatever you wanted to do with your channel, it's gone now.
Sometimes if there's enough like talking over the music, it won't catch.
Yeah.
If you go for an extended period of time, like especially if like you're doing something like an opening or an ending, it'll definitely get caught. If you have like voice actors and it's like a scene, they probably won't catch the music unless there's an extended period of time where like no one's saying anything.
Yeah. Unless you like insert sound effects in your opening, like JoJo. But
I forget who it was. Someone got copyrighted for like wind sounds. I think that was Wise.
Yeah, it was me. I used
okay, that's not funny.
Noises. And I got a third party.
Wait, what happened?
I needed like ambient like forest noises. And grab some like
you should have just made it yourself, bro.
Blowing the microphone.
Yeah, and like I've uploaded videos like look at that third party strike. And I was like looking into it, I was like for my ambient noises, like what?
If you need forest sound, just go outside, step on some leaves, bro. Some grass.
I mean, almost the same thing happened to me with like the first episode of Dragon Ball V. That's like unlisted now. There was a crowd cheering effect during the tournament, and that was apparently used by someone else in a song that's copyrighted. But the sound effect itself,
sound effects are copyrighted now.
Well, if someone takes the free sound effect and puts it in their song and copyrights the song, then YouTube is like, okay, I guess you used the copyrighted song. Fuck you.
That is insane.
That's actually kind of dumb.
It's like, oh, you got wind in your video? Get out of
There's only
here.
one way to solve this, though. We gotta send him to the Shadow Realm.
Oh shit!
I know.
You should push him somewhere else.
Hold on, let me go get my deck. Let me,
jokes on you, Smash! You activated my
trap card.
You guys hear about the Family Guy copywriting the YouTuber? Did you hear about that thing?
Oh no!
Wait, what?
Right. So this is really interesting. So this guy made a video where he was showing a bug in a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Family Guy episode, because I guess the writers or directors were lazy, they took that video and just flipped the image and put it in the Family Guy episode. And because that was in the Family Guy episode, they copyrighted his video, which was made like 2 or 3 years before.
Oh shit! Actually,
because it was in a Family Guy episode. It was like,
that's insane.
No.
That's abuse.
That's such I remember that was such a fucked up thing I read.
Hey, calm down, bro.
That's wild.
You got the cussing and everything.
That was cuss.
I mean, if it's related to YouTube copyright, can you really blame anyone for cussing?
You're right. I take that back.
Yeah, word. All right, this is a fun night.
Wait,
Or morning.
It's so soon.
Morning for me.
Yeah,
it's like
5 o'clock
7
somewhere.
where he's at.
yeah. I want to thank everybody for coming to the first Smash Summit. People in chat, people on the call. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
And
Thanks for having
Thanks for
me.
having
Time.
yeah,
Guy.
I'm gonna try to make this like an annual thing. Like I'm not gonna make it like a regular thing, just like something special, like every few months maybe. But cool. All right. If anyone else has any closing words, or is that it? That's it. Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Yeah. It's like
Don't forget to brush your teeth.
it's 7:30 for like dRage right now.
dRage is the goat,
Yeah,
man.
shout out dRage. All right, guys, but
You're up all night for this.
I'm ending the stream now, and everyone, thanks for
This
coming.
is the sweet life.
Yeah, bye.
Have a good night, everyone. Take it easy.
Potatoes.
All right,
Night,
peace.
everyone.